And anyone else who is here, say hi if I haven't said hi. Hi, Christicles. Hi, Trump Kandar. Hi, everyone. Hi, Catflat. Remember, I'm doing a giveaway for an Ironclad with lifetime insurance. So get involved. Gotta be a follower. You're already following. You may as well get involved. Okay, let's do it. I might just... I'll record this on my end, Slip. Because this might be one that I'll be able to do. And if there's editing, then you can take over. How's that sound? Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay, let's do it. Hi, YouTube. My name's also Bops. You probably know that if you already have found the channel. Welcome in. We're going to do our 4.8 fighter tier list. Okay, we're going to be covering everything from a couple of different starters, all the way through to some of the heaviest and nastiest fighters. That's interceptors, light fighters, heavy fighters, and like I said, a few that maybe shouldn't be on this list, but we put them on there anyway because otherwise chat would kill me if I didn't put them on there, because people love to talk about these particular chips. You can see over here, we've got chat. That's a live chat on Twitch. I'm a Twitch streamer, so please feel free to come over and have some fun. Hang on out. If you have any questions or you want to yap about it, come get involved. As for my background and why I'm able to... Yeah, say hi Twitch. Everyone say hi to YouTube. As for my background and why I feel as though I have the authority to speak on this, I am a high-tier PvPer. I engage in lots of PvP within the Star Citizen PU, not just the Star Citizen Arena Commander space. I love the Arena Commander space. I like going in there and sweating with arrows and gladiuses. But I also love getting into the PU. So with that in mind, this list is specifically a PU combat list. If we were doing Arena Commander, then there'd be 3 ships on this list. It'd be an arrow, it'd be a gladius, and it would be a hornet, right? Yes, there would be some others in there like your F8 or whatever. I'm not here to argue about Arena Commander. What I'm saying is you can see there is a bunch of ships on this list that would not ever be used in the PU. So we're looking at this with a PU lens. That's a persistent universe lens out in the field, using them at exec hangars, at OMs if you're a pirate, if at PAFs if you are that way inclined. So we're going to be talking about it through a PU lens. Final thing that I want to say as well is remember that we are a PC space, all right? And we are a space where we want to encourage everyone to get better together. So don't be nasty in the comments. You be nasty at me. Don't be nasty about anyone else. We're all here to grow and learn together. If you disagree, put it down below. I'd love to read exactly why it is that you disagree. Rather than saying you're wrong, give some insight behind it, and you might start some engagement down below. So come on over, come hang out in the stream. I've got the best community in Star Citizen, I promise you that. They are literally the best. And we also do awesome stuff. Like right now, if you're watching this video in the month of May, I'm currently doing a giveaway for an Ironclad Assault with lifetime insurance, which might not be what you want if you're looking at a fighter tier list, but I am giving an M80 away next. So we'll be touching on the M80 in this tier list. So let's put foot to hoof and get into it. The tier list of 4.8. Now, the first thing we should address is there's been a lot of changes in relation to shot speeds. Essentially, shot speeds have shaken up the meta in a big way. The distances between ships have got a little bit closer, where the fastest repeaters used to be 1800 shot speed. They now are somewhere closer to, I want to say 1500, some of them are 1450, and then they only really go as low as about 1000. There's some outliers, but really that's about it. So we're going to be having a little bit of a chat about how each of those play into specifically the role that they fit with those guns and on which ships we should have them on. Okay, anyway, I'm yapping too much. Let's just get straight into it. So we'll start with the first ship on our list. It is the most powerful single-seater fighter in the entire game. The one-man single-seater heavy fighter masterpiece, the Idris. Okay? Takes one man to fly. Okay? Has 15 million HP. A size 10 railgun. PDCs. There is not a single fighter that can keep up with this fighter. Okay? Scariest fighter in the game. Alright? The only one that's worth having is the Idris M. If you have an Idris P, you've got an Idris Poor. I'm sorry you wasted your money. If you have an Idris K, unfortunately, you've got an Idris couldn't afford a Idris M. If you've got an Idris T, you're driving an Idris tried too hard and couldn't afford a Idris M. Idris M is the #1 solo heavy fighter. Okay? Get on out there. Stocks are hot. You can still fly them solo. Engineering means nothing. This is the fighter that you want to be in if you've got one. Go have some fun with it. All right. Now let's get into the real ships. Aurora Mark 1. Now, the Aurora has had a wonderful... I said this in my last tier list. The Aurora has had a wonderful update recently where they went through and they adjusted its sound design. They sort of gold standarded it because, like I said in the last video, they were about to release the Aurora Mark 2. We knew it was coming at any point, and it now has come. Where does the Aurora Mark 1 fit in the modern era? Well, it's visually beautiful. You guys know I love the Aurora Mark 1. But realistically, it has the movement and pitch. We're going to only focus on the MR. We're not going to go through all the Auroras. And there's a few ships here where we'll just focus on the one. It'll be a representative for its class. They all have like medium fighter pitch and yaw. Medium fighter strafes and Gs. They have size 1 guns, 4 size 1 guns, not even a size 2 on them. So they're all pretty much as it hurts my heart, redundant. Auroras really shouldn't be taken into combat. Maybe you can do like one little like low-level yellow mission. You don't want to be fighting other players in an Aurora if they are in literally anything else. So it's going to be a DT ship. I love the Aurora, but it just does not have the combat ability that I would like it to have. Once upon a time, you could 1v10 in the ship in the old flight model. Not so much anymore. So down into D tier. Back in those days too, size 1s were way scarier. Size 1s, no good these days. Aurora Mark 2. Now, I have put the Aurora Mark 2, in this tier list right at the start because I know there's a lot of people that are going to want to know about the Aurora Mark 2. The Aurora Mark 2 is a ship that was released recently. It's got modules to turn it either into a missile boat or give it a little bit more cargo space. You can also take the module off of the Aurora Mark 2, just take the butt completely off it, and it performs better. It actually has better handling. I don't know if you guys knew that. Now you do. And it kind of becomes semi-relevant. Do I want to take it into fight against a Gladius or an Arrow? No. You've lost already. Do I want to take it against some of the more like medium style fighters, like maybe like a Hornet or a Cutlass or something like this? Yeah, it'll do okay. It will really, really do okay. I'm pretty impressed with how it's performing so far. Little bit undergunned. I feel like it maybe should have had some size 3s and size 2s, something like these, because there's been this immense amount of power creep. We'll talk about power creep later on in the list. But 4 size 2s just doesn't really cut it so much anymore. It's fine on a snub. It doesn't really work on a light fighter in the modern era, especially a combat-oriented light fighter. So needs a bit of love. What I'm actually going to do is I think we need to create another bar here at some point. Add row below. And we'll put this as F, E, so ABC, D, E tier, because I think we need an average tier as well. So I'm going to put this in E, and I'll put this into the average tier. I think that it's just an average ship. You can do some good stuff with it. You can get through quite a lot of the combat with it, all right? Perfect. You can get through quite a lot of combat with it. You can do most of the missions. You could probably get through reds. I've got through reds with it. You probably need a little bit more skill just because the bubble and the silhouette of the ship is quite large because of those big X-wings. But the Aurora Mark II is a pretty good ship. When it comes to starting packages, it might even edge out the mighty Titan. But we'll get to the Titan a little bit later on. Really, really, really cool. For the price that you pay for it, if you can get yourself an LTI Aurora, get your hands on it. Not to mention, guys, as Dry Moons just said in chat, it looks like an ornithopter. So, you look like you're playing Dune. So, really, 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 really fun ship. Okay, on to the next one. We have the Mantis. Now, if you were here and have watched the last video, you'll get the concept that I am about to talk about here. Remember, we're talking about the PU. So the Mantis is not going to be a PU ship. Not a PU ship, a Arena Commander ship. If you're using a Mantis in Arena Commander, well, you're sort of playing the game wrong. The Mantis is designed specifically for PU combat for locking down enemy vessels. and essentially keeping them there so the rest of your team can go to work against it. Is the, this is the important part, is the Mantis something that you should take direct to combat against someone a fight or a raid fight? Not at all. No. This ship is designed specifically to be a support ship. However, its role is a very unique role. It is a interdictor. It can put out a massive, massive, massive dampening field so you can't turn on your quantum drive and jump away, but it can also reave you out of hyperspace using its snare. It has the largest snare range. I think it's the only ship that snares. It has the largest dampening range. When it comes to interdiction, there is not a ship that it comes even close when it comes to keeping a ship where you want it. It's got like a 14k range on its dampener, comparative to others that have like 5k range. So it's, in its role, it is S tier, okay? I'm going to put it up into the S tier.
What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel?
Again, you're not going to want to take it into a firefight. You're not going to want a nose fight. In fact, if anyone comes near you, you want to run. And it moves fast, this ship. If you know what you're doing, no one will ever catch you. No one will ever shoot you. No one will ever put a round anywhere near you. You can stay 8 kilometers from the fight and keep ships where you want them while the rest of your team goes to work. We use it to hunt pirates, keep them there, and kill pirates. Pirates will use it to hunt cargo runners and miners and salvagers and keep them there, blow them up at OM1 or wherever. But when we jump into OM1 to clear those pirates out, we take a Mantis so those pirates can't run away. So it is an S-tier ship. The S-tier ship when it comes to interdiction. So it's going to go into the S-tier category. Okay. We're going to be starting with a couple of ships that are really, really, really strong here. I didn't think about this with putting RSI. I'm going to leave these RSI ships here for now. We'll come back to these. Because there's some more discussion I want to have about them, but I need a little bit of context before we get into these 3 ships. So let's move on. We'll come back around to these. The next ship I'm going to be looking at is the Consolidated Outlands Mustang Delta. Now, the Mustang Delta is going to be a representative for all Mustangs, being that it is the only Mustang that has any relevance in combat. Why is it the only Mustang that has any relevance in combat? The other Mustangs don't have the same firepower. This thing has 4 size 2s. The others will only have 2 size 2s. So it's gunned up. But there's something new. You guys know that I'm a Mustang enthusiast. There was a Reddit thread about what a Mustang enthusiast Bops is. You know that I love to wreck nerds in the Mustang, even though it's been out of the meta for quite some time. It hasn't really been in the meta for 6 years. Since, let's call it 5 years. Since 2021. It's sort of been irrelevant. I love the Mustang Delta, and I've been using it, and I've been putting it in B tier because it does beat quite a lot of other ships, if you know what you're doing. It still gets smashed by a Gladius. It still gets smashed by an arrow, okay? But there's something new. Armor. And I should have addressed this at the start. We have armor in the game now, which means that we have armor gates that we have to pass before we can start putting damage onto ships. What are armor gates, you ask, Bops? Well, here's one I prepared earlier. Armor gates are damage amounts that you need to do to ships before you can actually start getting to their little squishy bits on the inside. Now, this is here specifically at the moment to be a in-between before we get the Maelstrom system, okay? You will need to do, for example, 315 ballistic damage or 360 energy damage to damage a Star Lancer max. That's how it works. A lot of the smaller guns struggle to get through these gates unless you're using cannons. Well, I got some fucking very, 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 very shocking news to all of you big ship pilots. You'll see here that yes, the enormous ships are pretty hard to reach. That's good. Bops is all for it. Bops likes armor, by the way. I think armor is beautiful. Still needs a little bit of tweaking here and there, but overall, really, really good. And the recent changes in the most recent patch, spectacular. So good. But you'll see that all of these are under 150. Now, why does that matter? Well, something I've been keeping secret all the way up until this moment. I haven't even said this on my stream yet. Is that the Mustang Delta doesn't just get 4 size 2s. It also gets 2 rocket pods with 36 shots each on the sides of its wings. Now, what are rocket pods? They're dummy-fired rockets. They don't lock, they don't track. You have to be nice and close, and you have to dump them, and they'll explode on the surface of the ship that you're shooting at. And those rocket pods do 150 damage. 150 damage is enough to get through the armor of 70% of the ships in the game. So this tiny little Mustang, brought up against some of the scarier ships that aren't Idris size, can even with its little size 2s, strip the armor right off of them. So, I'm going to go through a few others here in this PU tier list. For now, I'm going to leave it in B, but it might just creep its way up, being that it's one of the few fighters that can go out there and solo some of the really big ships without having to use cannons, deadbolts, the bigger guns to punch through armor. It can keep its badges, it can keep its attritions, and still work ships down. So B for now, but I haven't planned this ship out in advance, so it might creep its way up. We'll have a look. Okay. Consolidated Outlands Nomad. Now, I said this last time, Nomad probably shouldn't be on this list. It's a hefty pancake, okay? It's a warbler, all right? It's not exactly the best ship when it comes to combat. It's more of a utility, it's more of a generalist, but again, I'd be burned down if I didn't put it on the list, so I've put it on the list. How many rocket pods can it carry? 2 rocket pods with 36 shots, attack cut. 2 rocket pods with 36 shots is what the Mustang gets. So this consolidated Outlands, it's got 3 size 3s. It's quite a lot of firepower. For a ship its size, it's maybe a little bit undergunned, but whatever. It's not really a combat ship. It's not designed to go out there and brawl. So I think it's adequately gunned for what it is. It could have maybe 1 size 4 and 2 size 3s, but whatever. Nomad is fun. It's got a tray on the back. It's got a ute, essentially. A ute tray. If you're Australian, you know what that means. But we love it on this channel. Is it something you're going to take into brawl with other ships? Nah, if you don't have to fight in it, you don't really want to. But you can go out and you can do your yellow contracts, your PvEs, your orange contracts. You might even be able to get through a red contract if you know what you're doing. So it's not E tier. It's not like an almost useless ship. But it is really quite good. And I think it's going to have some attention pretty shortly. They seem to be starting to focus towards Consolidated Outlands. So I think these ships are going to be getting some attention in the near future. Don't hold your breath, but you never know. I'm going to put it in D tier for now. It's not bottom of the run. It's far from bottom of the run, but it needs some work. So that's where it goes. Okay. Let's go on to the 85X. We're going into Origin now. Now, the 85X was an S tier ship for me 3 or 4, maybe even, let's say 6 months ago. I dropped it down to, there's a video on my Twitch of me fighting an entire server for like 40 to 60 minutes straight, just sitting outside Grim 1v15 in the 85X. It's a monster. And it still is quite good. But there were some changes pre-armor where they made all race ships and all interceptors have quite a lot less physical resistance. And then they also added ballistic nose shove. And that complicated things for this ship because everyone started running ballistics and it was getting its nose pushed around, or it gets slapped by a spray of, six machine guns on the front of a Hawk, and it would be over for it. So I bumped it down to B tier last time. Now things are changing. The combat's going to start to get a bit faster, and we'll talk about why soon. And this is a fast ship. People aren't as inclined to get into their arrows and gladiuses in the PU so much anymore because of those armor gates. It's harder to get through the armor gates and kill a big ship with an arrow and a gladius. It's still possible, very possible, but it's more difficult. Which means that this thing has a little bit more freedom. The only thing that can really kill it are other super mobile light fighters. So we're talking arrows, we're talking gladiuses, we're talking the light interceptors like the Buccaneers, these sort of things. So I think it's pretty good again. I don't know if I'd be willing to put it in S tier. I don't think it's up there. Maybe low A, high B. It's got 2 size 2s, 2 size 1s, the 85X. Not super gunned up, but you're really taking this to harass other light fighters. You're not taking this in to kill big ships. You can, but you're taking it in to harass light fighters. If you're going to take it for a fight, you understand that you don't have missiles. So if someone decides to leave, you can't missile to bring them out of quantum drive. So if you're ever against one of these and it's harassing the absolute piss out of you and you're sick of it, just turn on your quantum drive and leave. It can't stop you from leaving. So for that matter, I might keep it in B for now. Maybe it moves, but I'm going to call it a B tier ship. Plenty of firepower for its size. It's sort of a snub in its own way. A lot of HP for a snub. Really quick. It's sort of the balance between the cylinder shape of a interceptor and the egg shape of a light fighter. So really, really fun ship. If you haven't flown an 85X in combat, go grab it. Go have some fun. You'll have a bunch of fun with it. I promise you that. Cool. 100 series. Oh, I should mention this in case someone from CIG watches this. The 85X is still bugged, CIG. The bottom turret doesn't get a HUD if you have a co-pilot. So they just have to guess aim. While you as the main pilot are whipping this thing around like a nightmare, they just have to guess. They don't get any HUD. So if someone from CIG watches, fix the 85X, please. It's one of my favorites. I'd love to see it working again. Okay. The 100. Guys, it's just kind of crap. It looks good. The 2 size 3s on a light fighter like that. Not even an interceptor. It's got pretty good pitch. It's got like, what, 1,000 HP, 2,000 HP? So it's got no HP, tiny little guns. It's not particularly fast. It's kind of fast, but... Like, I get it, it's got an interior, it's origin, it's for all you luxury chads, but I just don't see it. I've been trying to make it work, but I just don't see it. While it is a very, very, very pretty ship, like, I take pretty much anything on this list over it if I have to 1v1. Like, I take a cutter over it in a fight. Gotta go into E tier. Might be better than an Aurora. I'm gonna put it in E tier. I want it to be good, and I know there's a lot of you luxury chads out there that really, really, really want the Origin 100 to be good, but it's just no good. It's no good. Its firepower isn't so anemic now that we're in this flight model where cannons are a lot faster. You could probably put some M cannons on it, size 3s, and really start to punish something, but that means that you can be punished by something with size 3s a lot harder. And when you're already a low armor, low HP ship, like, it's not good, guys. It's just not good. Yeah. Like, one pass, one lock, and it's done. So, au revoir. Okay. Speaking of, this morning, we took out the M50. Now, you heard me last time weeping tears for my M50. M50 was the king for a few patches a little while ago. It's always been a good ship. Just the PvP community finally realized it was a good ship. We've been flying this ship I've been flying this ship since it came out as a combat ship. People didn't know and still don't really know how to manage their speed. Again, we'll get to that a little bit later on. People don't really know how to manage their speed, so they didn't really understand how or why interceptors were any good. People weren't flying Buccaneers, they weren't flying M50s, they weren't flying Razors. There was one pilot who goes by the name of Avenger 1. He was flying these ships. I know because I used to fight him when he used to fly these ships and making them look really good, which is why I started flying. This is in the old flight model. I'm talking years and years and years ago. But even in the modern flight model, people just weren't really cluing onto them until formation fighting in larger groups between organizations, or even smaller groups like 5v5s, these sort of things, where it quickly became apparent that interceptors were the strongest ships in the game. Is that still the case? In some ways, yes. You need an interceptor on your team, but the Buccaneer has sort of become that interceptor. So the M50 has sort of slipped away. But the M50 still has 29 Gs, which means it can catch any ship in the game. Now with the changes to cannon speeds, we're talking about those M cannons earlier, or deadbolts, that are now going 1100 instead of 900 like they used to. Using your delta and emerge and the speed of your ship and inertia, you can really pick up the speed of those projectiles and have them traveling very, very fast and absolutely annihilate things. So I think that this has climbed, and I think we're going to be seeing more of it. Again, I'm hesitant to put it in A. Actually, you know what? No, it's low A, I think. We might move it. but it's pretty good, again, I reckon. I was flying it this morning. I think if you're in a formation, you're going to punish a whole lot of ships. Bops, is the Shiv on the list? Could you move to the right for a bit? It seems behind you. The Shiv is on the list. The Shiv is on the list. It's here. It's behind me. Don't worry, I got it, Surteg. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But the M50 is really good. We took it for a rip this morning. I think if in formation, it's going to be lots of fun. I'm going to be flying this a little bit more. I got ship requested on my channel. You can pay to pay channel points by the points you earn by watching to get me to fly ships. Someone asked me to fly it this morning, and I took it out and had a great time. So I'm going to be flying a little bit more. Bops song. What are you saying, Sunday? What are you saying? What are you saying? So yeah, M50's good. M50's good. Don't worry, it won't be, don't worry, Sunday. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It won't, don't worry. Okay. Okay, the 325A. Okay, we took this thing out to the exec hangars recently. What is the 325A? It's a racing ship that has guns on it. Yeah. This one has size 4 at the front, 2 size 3s. It's a lot of firepower. A lot of firepower. That means that it can damage Idrises. If anything has a size 4 on it, it can kill an Idris. So this thing can kill an Idris. But can it kill an Idris? We got into a brawls with a bunch of players. I ended up losing all of my wings and my tail and was nothing but a little noodle, danger noodle speed tube with no wings and only had my size 4. And I still beat 2 players because of interceptor speeds. Knowing how to manage your speed. Knowing how to handle your speed. Forward G's is the most powerful thing in this entire game. And if it's on the wrong ship, it can get out of control very quickly. The faster a ship goes forward, the harder it is to stick to it in a merge. And with the changes to shields, that is to say shields have 60% faster regen, they'll regen within 4 seconds to full. If you have a ship that goes as fast as this ship, or the Mantis, then it can leave the fight, get its shield back, and return, and no matter what, there's nothing you can do about it in a light fighter. And even in an interceptor, it can be hard to do anything about it. So, is this ship a good ship? No. It's too big. Far, far, far too big in all of its profile. And it's made of paper. But it is here because I want to use it as foreshadowing. So, we just talked a little bit about interceptors. Let's take this and we put it where I think it is, which is in C tier. You can do a lot with it. You can kill a lot of ships, but there are certain ships that'll just punish it. A Mustang's going to beat it. An 85X is going to beat it. M50's going to beat it. Let's go back to the start of our list. The Scorpius. The Scorpius. 24 Gs forward. 8 size 3s. They've changed the speeds of projectiles, which means it can leave whenever the fuck it wants. And there's nothing you can do to it. You can pop flares. Got a turret gunner. It can blast you while you're trying to take its back. Something stupid like 40,000 HP or something crazy like this. Got size 2 shield. 1 size 2 shield. Big profile, being that it's a big round ball. But if you've got someone inside this ship with you, you will absolutely rain hell on everyone because it's got those enormous interceptor speeds. So if a light fight emerges on you, like an arrow or a Gladius, you can just leave. You can yo-yo the ship and be gone, and then your shields are all the way back up. And as that Gladius blasts after you, or that arrow blasts after you using its boost to keep up, because it has to use its boost to keep up, you can just drag it as far as you want to drag it till you know it's out of boost and turn around and send it in seconds. Boom, it's gone. Scorpius is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. It has been for a long time, but it's incredible because it takes 2 people to pilot it. And it's one of maybe the only ship in the entire game that it's worth putting 2 people in. Yeah? No other ship I think is worth putting 2 people in the entire game. No other ship. No bigger ship, not even at the capital size. Idris is with 2 people? No. Percy is with 2 people? No. Nothing is worth putting 2 people in. Except maybe this ship. The other heavy fighters in its class, and we'll touch on them later, the Gladiator and the Hurricane and a few of the others, they just don't have the same bonuses. So the Scorpius is an S tier. It's an S++ tier. It is an incredible ship, but you have to understand how to manage your speed. We're talking about interceptors earlier. Remember, this was my foreshadowing ship, the 325A. We're going to talk a lot about interceptors in this next little bit. So buckle in for conversations about speed management. If you can understand your speed management, if you know how to delta merge, if you can pre-nose and predict your opponent, you are never, ever, ever going to die in a Scorpius. It's got perfectly adequate firepower for eliminating light fighters, which is what it's designed to do. It's designed to kill heavies and lights. It's not designed to go and kill a Constellation. It's not designed to go and kill a Corsair. It's not designed to go and fight an Idris. It's not designed to go and knuckle in and brawl with a Perseus. That's not what this ship does. It's designed to kill bastard little fast ships, and it does it better than any ship in the game. It is incredible. I love this goddamn ship. So the Scorpius, phenomenal. Get yourself a co-pilot. Get yourself into it. But make sure you learn how to use your speed, use your enemy speed against them, and learn how to fly an interceptor. On that note, the Scorpius Centuris. Now, this is a boring ship for your co-pilot, because all your co-pilot does is sit there, shoot missiles. I think it's got like two or four missiles or something in it. But then all your co-pilot does is control the EMP that this ship has, because it does have an EMP for whatever fucking reason. And the dampener. It has a dampener as well, like the Mantis. Right? So this is a interdiction ship. The pilot still gets 4 guns, but the co-pilot has an EMP that they pop. The pilot doesn't control that EMP, and a dampener. It's good, guys. I didn't realize this ship had an EMP. I thought it just had a dampening field. For the longest time, for years, this ship's been out, and I didn't know it had an EMP. No one uses them because no one wants to sit in the co-pilot of this ship because it's so boring. It's the most boring thing ever. God, it's so boring. But if you've got someone with you who wants to be in that co-pilot ship, this is the fastest interdictor besides the Mantis. And it gets an EMP, and it can pop the EMP while its dampening field is down. So you as the pilot can merge onto your target, start tripping shields, keeping them there with the interdiction field that your co-pilot has up so they can't activate their quantum and jump away. And then the minute the shields go down, you go now to your co-pilot, and your co-pilot goes, bam, hits the big red button, boom. And it shuts down the ship in front of you. This is an A tier ship. I would say S tier. If there wasn't some other ships that we're going to be putting into S tier that edge this out. But it is awesome. Really, really good ship. You just have to find a friend who doesn't want to have fun playing video games. Find that? You're in for a bunch of fun. I would say it was broken. The only reason it's not broken is because you have to find someone who doesn't like having fun. So, that's pretty hard to do. Okay. Let's get to the potatoes. Let's get to the meaties. Let's get to the cheese. All right? We've got through our broccolis. We've got through our cabbages. All right? We got through our cauliflowers. All right? We get to the meat and potatoes of this video. Because you want to know about the M80. That's what you want to know. That's why you're watching this video. I know that's why you're watching this video. And we're going to talk about the Meteor as well. Let's have a bit of a chat. M80 and the Meteor. We're going to talk about both of these. Let's start with the M80. What is the M80? It is the new Origin Interceptor. I don't know why they're calling it that, but Interceptor. Heavy fighter. Okay. This ship has, it's an interceptor. So it's got 22 Gs forward. That's more than a Gladius. So it's faster than any light fighter that isn't an interceptor. So it's faster than every single ship that isn't the M80, the Razor, the Buccaneer, and maybe like the Avenger and stuff, a couple of others. Faster than a Gladius, faster than an Arrow, right? It's got 2 size 5s and 2 size 4s. That's more firepower than a Guardian MX, the heaviest heavy fighter. Besides maybe the Shiv, but I don't think the Shiv's a heavy fighter. We'll get to that later on. I put it on, not the Shiv, the Stinger. We'll get to that later. So 2 size 5s, 2 size 4s. So it's got more speed than any heavy fighter, besides the Scorpius, which is an interceptor. It's got more guns than any other heavy fighter. It has size 2 radar. No other heavy fighters have a size 2 radar, which means it can start to engage you at 1,700 meters. You have to get 1,100 meters, but it can shoot at you from 400 meters out. Got a higher top speed than any other heavy fighter besides the Scorpius. It has 2 size 2 shields, the same as an MX, which again, MX is not an interceptor. That's a tank fighter. I don't know why this ship has 2 shields, but the MX has 2 shields. Now this has 2 shields. Its pitch is the same as an MX and an F8. So its nose pitch is better than the F8 and the MX. It's got a flat profile like an F8. The M80 is the most broken ship that's ever been released in the video game. It is fundamentally flawed and is a show of pure power creep. I cannot believe it was released in the state that it is. There has never, ever been a ship as strong as this ship. And if you have even the slightest amount of skill, nothing in the game can beat you. I beat 2 pit bulls, an Arrow, a Gladius with ballistics, and a Hornet with ballistics. The Hornet with ballistics, I went nose to nose like this and just started shooting. And it didn't even yellow my hull or get my shields down. There's never been a version that is there's never been as egregious power creep in any video game I played, and I played Dota for 20 years. This is the most broken thing I've ever seen, and I cannot wait until it is nerfed into the fucking ground. This is S++. This is so broken. This is the most broken ship I have ever experienced, and I cannot believe that it made it into the game. I cannot believe that it made it into a game. Shields take 4 seconds. 4 seconds to regenerate in this game. It has 22 Gs. If you are not specifically a Scorpius or a Buccaneer, it can just leave, boost away at 22 Gs in a circle strafe. You can't hit it, and within 4 seconds, it has all of its shields back. 2 size 2 shields. More than the same as a Guardian MX, more than any other heavy fighter, more than a Shiv. Guys, more than a Stinger. Oh, I think the Stinger has 3, actually. Never mind, I think the Stinger has 3. It is so unbelievably and unbearably broken, and it is the total wrong way to approach balancing a game. It's dog shit. How absolutely broken it is. It really, really annoys me and has me concerned about the game. And this is why I wanted to talk about interceptors. Because now, let's talk about the Meteor. Now, last patch, I put the Meteor in E tier because of the state of the game with ballistics. But the state of the game has changed with armor, fundamentally. This used to be a very, very anemic ship. Now, let's talk about what this ship does directly compared to the M80, because this is important. This is really important, right? They're both the same size. They both have size 5 guns on them. One has 2 size 5s and 4 size 3s. One has 2 size 5s and 2 size 4s. So the M80 has a little bit more firepower. They both have enormous Gs in a straight line. They're both made of paper if the shields go down. They have the Meteor's actually squishier than the M80 when the shields come down. But what's the difference between the Meteor and the... they both have interiors, right? But what's the difference between the Meteor and the M80? The Meteor is twice the size in profile. It has size 1 shields, not 2 size 2s, size 1 fucking shields. Right? Let that sink in. Yeah? And on top of all of this, it has size 1 radars. So it's got size 1 radars, size 1 shields. It's a bigger ship. It's got less guns. And the M80 outclasses it in every single fucking category. How is that reasonable? How is that balanced? How is this balanced? It's not. So, I'm not going to drag on about this. If you want to ask me more about this, come to my stream. But the M80 is the most egregious form of power creep that I have ever seen in a video game. Period. The Meteor itself, though, is done right. Size 1 shield, so it's absolute paper when you rip through it. It's a huge target, so you can destroy it in seconds if you actually merge onto it properly. The bonuses, big guns, lots of speed, right? Big guns, lots of speed. It might be a big target that dies instantly, but big guns, lots of speed. It's got its interior. The Meteor has jumped for me because the Leonid cannons have received the buff. The way that the armor scaling has changed has made the Meteor relevant. The Meteor can also use its Leonids because it does the quad shot. It can actually sit on things like Idris's and Polaris's, snipe out components in a PU setting. The Meteor is, in my opinion right now, if this wasn't here, and you know what? Let's go add row above. Broken... Please nerf. Put this up here. The Meteor, in my opinion, is the best ship in the game right now. I think it's awesome. If it wasn't for the M80, I was really excited about this list because I was so excited to do a backflip on what I said last time when I put the Meteor down here in D tier or E tier or whatever it was. I was really excited to discuss how the game state has changed and the Meteor is now incredible because it's so good. It can deal with Scorpiuses. It can merge onto Buccaneers. It can one-shot arrows and Gladiuses that aren't paying attention. It's really cool, but if you know how to manage it, you can manage it. Oh, sounds like a raid.
Come on, do it now! Kill me!
RJ Reload just traded with 65 cuties.
Thank you for the raid, RJ Reload. Come on in, settle in. We're doing a little bit
What's
of a
wrong with me? Why
list
can't
here.
I feel?
Have some fun. Please feel free to chat in chat. We're currently doing a YouTube video. So say hi to YouTube in the right. Mods be ready in case there's any suspicious business. Say hi to YouTube in the chat. Come on in, sit on down. I hope you had an absolutely awesome stream. Again, for all of RJ's guys that came in, I'm doing a giveaway for an Ironclad with lifetime insurance. If you want to win that Ironclad with lifetime insurance, hit the follow button, hang out in chat. We do regular giveaways for spaceships. This one, we'll do some tickets and stuff. You'll earn tickets while you're here. Exclamation mark, enter giveaway in chat.
What's wrong
but
with
you've
me?
got to
Why
be a
can't I
follower.
feel?
You've got to be a follower or you can't win the spaceship. So get on in. All right.
What's wrong with me?
Can you
Why
buy the
can't I
M80
feel?
with AUEC? No true combo. Here's the problem with the M80 is it's not going to be buyable for a long time. It's going to be... Thank you for all the follows, guys. Thank you. Come on in. Appreciate you, guys. Appreciate you. I'll shout you out soon. We'll push through this video and I'll give you all a personal shout out like I always do. Just so we're on YouTube at the moment.
What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel?
Yeah, you can't buy the M80 and you won't be able to for a few months, for a couple of patch cycles. So it's going to be absolutely
What's wrong with me?
broken
Why can't I feel?
for some time, and it's only going to be purchasable on the store. I think that's intended. So
What's wrong with me?
thank
Why
you for all the
can't I
follows,
feel?
guys. Thank you. Okay. So, M80, if we took the M80 away, the Meteor, in my opinion, would
What's
land
wrong with me? Why
as the
can't
number
I
one.
feel?
You just have to know how to manage your speed. You have to know how to juggle your targets. You have to know when you can be in the fight and when you need to leave the fight, because you've got 25 Gs. You can just leave the fight whenever you want. I love the Meteor. It's my new favorite ship to fly. I can't stop flying it. It's insane. Brief side note, should mention the new guns that drop for it. It has laser guns that it can put into the Leonid slots now. You can actually put anything into those slots now, I think. But you can put the new, I think they're called Echelons or something, into the shoulders. I haven't had a chance to try them because the bugs, they're not distributing. There's been issues with CIG distributing goods at the moment, goods and purchases. They're on top of it. They're fixing it. I'll get them eventually. But I've looked at the stats. They're just Galdarines. A Meteor with Galdarines doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So, yeah, Meteor's really, 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 really good. Go try it out. Just be aware that it is a high-skill ship. To understand why the Meteor's good, you have to understand how to fly interceptors, large interceptors, manage fights, and you need to know exactly what kind of fights you can get into all that built up into a pile, and you're going to have the most fun you've had in a spaceship. Nothing's scarier to fly than a Meteor. I'm a Buck pilot. Buck is my favorite ship in the game. The Meteor is a scary, scary ship to fly. I love it. I spend so much time in it now. One shot in light fighter pilots that don't know what's coming. So there we go. We'll talk a little bit more about interceptors, but like I said, I wanted to just get to these ships all at the same time. The Scorpius Centuris, using the 325A as a way in, the Meteor being it's as good as it is, and then ultimately to discuss this absolutely broken M80. Unbelievable. So, let's keep pushing. What do you think? How are we all having fun so far? The Meteor got an unintended buff with the recent ammo speed changes. No, it did, Diminos. Yes, it did. It got a huge buff. Heard the Echelons sound like Jango Fett's Slave 1 repeaters. Well, luckily it's in the S-est of S tier. If those repeaters sound like Jango Fett, maybe it needs to go up here. No, I think the M80 is just an overtuned version of the Meteor. I think the Meteor gets it right. The balance is right on the Meteor. I think the balance on this is just wrong. Far too strong. And I cannot wait to see it get nerfed into the dirt. I'm really excited for it. I think they just need to take the 2 size full. You either need to CIG, in case you watch this video, you either need to remove a shield and slow it down, or you need to remove the 2 size 4s. And then it's balanced. Simple as that. Take off the 2 size 4s. It's clear that they weren't part of the design originally, because you made those awesome tuck-in open-ups that I'm sure Lucinius worked on to put the size 5s away and drag the size 5s back out. This was, I know CIG, that this was designed to just have 2 size 5s, and you put the 2 size 4s on it, so it would sell more. I know you did. So take those size 4s off, or slow it down and take a shield off of it. Hard agree, lose the size 4s? I think so too, Argentian. I think so as well. Yeah, it needs to lose those size 4s. They've got to go. They've got to go. They have to. Everything can stay the same. You've got to get rid of the size 4s. Yeah, and they look crap too, Attack Cat. You're right. Like, if it just had sweet size 5s that folded out, I mean, that'd be awesome, guys. Try and tell me that's not going to look amazing. And then it would be more in line with the design elements of the M50. Anyway, we're here to talk about balance in combat, not balance in looks. Let's move on. Okay. Let's talk about the price of the ships. Yeah, Craftlet, I dodge price as much as I can. Everyone from different places in the world have like different financial situations. I have some viewers that have told me that like a week's wage for them is like $30. And then I know other viewers who have dropped over $100,000 on this game. Price, depending on where you are and where you live and your living situation, can be like, if I say, oh, this ship is only $300, there's a bunch of people who go, what do you mean only $300? And then there's a bunch of other people who go, yeah, $300 is change. So I don't really like to get into price. We'll leave that aside. If you want to talk about price, go check out my friends over at Info Runners. I do a lot of videos with the Info Runners. They rock. I'm talking about Execute and my boy Algorid. They both are awesome people. There's a bunch of them over there. There's like Loken and Morphologist and Space Tomato and Astro. They all do stuff. Grim, they all do stuff with Info Runners. Feel free to go check them out. They rock. I hang out with them all the time. They come to my stream and hang out from time to time. Want to talk price? They're the guys to talk price with. Okay. Do we need to say much about this one? The Gladius? I mean, it's the Gladius, guys. 3 size 3s, 21 Gs forward, two shields, size 1 shields, small profile, awesome side strafes, great nose authority. The nose authority is awesome. Building like circle strafes is very easy. Awesome at knife fighting. Can play defensively against things like the Arrow. It's the Gladius, guys. We've talked about this ship again and again and again. I don't want to waste too much words on it. Suffice to say that it's very good in Arena Commander. Like I said, this tier list is more oriented towards the PU, not the Arena. If we were talking Arena Commander, Mantis wouldn't be on this list. 325A wouldn't be on the list. Nomad wouldn't be on the list. 100 wouldn't be on the list. Aurora wouldn't be on the list. In a Arena Commander list, we're talking about the PU. But if this was the Arena Commander list, this would probably be number 1. This or the Arrow. Really cool. Not really much to say, guys. If you want to learn how to do PvP, it's the ship to learn to do PvP in. A little bit more difficult to manage in atmosphere compared to quite a lot of other ships. So just be aware of that. If you're going atmospheric flying, maybe take something else. It does get some wiggle in yaw. You shouldn't really be using yaw anyway, but it gets a lot of wiggle in yaw and atmosphere, which can be difficult if you're fighting like an Arrow or something. But other than that, it's kind of flawless. Yeah, I will be releasing this as a YouTube video budget. So what you probably want to do with this one at the moment, I like CF still. If you're fighter fighting, use CFs. If you want to be cheeky, grab Deadbolts or M5As if you want to do some cheeky stuff. But really, just CFs. They're still king. They still have the fastest fire rate. At the end of the day, the faster the fire rate, the faster the projectile, the better the ship is. You're not going to be hunting big ships with this. You can put the M5As on it, and you can kill pretty much everything that isn't an Idris. It's just going to take some time. So I just put, if you're looking to fight other fighters, just throw on some repeaters. If they've got something stupid like Deadbolts or M5As, you just keep your distance and work them down. If they've got repeaters, you merge it on them. You kill them in no time. Gladius rocks. Moving on. Anvil. The Anvil Dolphin. All right. The Mighty Avenger. Yes. Yes. Okay. This is a very fast interceptor. It would be very, very relevant if there weren't interceptors that were better than it. Okay. 2 size 3s on the Aegis Titan, Avenger Titan. 2 size 3s and a size 4 on the nose. Which is a lot of firepower. Again, if it's got a size 4, it can kill an Idris. Size 4 M6As will kill an Idris. Will slowly peel the armor and hull off of an Idris. So it's got a lot of firepower. It's got a size 4 on it. It's got a lot of firepower. So the good old Aegis, cutie patootie. What we're going to do with it is we're going to put it in B tier. I'm going to tell you why. Because if I'm going out at an interceptor, I'm probably going to be getting into any other interceptor other than this one. However, there is a version of this ship, the Warlock, that has an EMP in it. And EMPs are bastard strong on any ship. They're just good, guys. The EMPs are just good. They just tilt the scales so heavily. You have to just watch the ship that you're fighting, and the minute your shields get even close to going low, you just have to disengage, or you're shut down in the PU. I know they're dirty, and people don't like using them in Arena Commander. That's why this is a PU list. But EMPs are nasty little things, and this can shut down anything that isn't like Connie-sized with one blast of its EMP. So for that reason, it's actually quite vicious. I don't think it quite outperforms these ships, but it will outperform pretty much anything that's not above here. The reason that I'm not putting it up in A is these can outrun its EMP. This is a faster ship than these ships, but you can yo-yo it with huge Gs, and then the amount of energy that it needs to use to reduce its speed and then match and catch yours, by that stage your shields are back up and online. So yeah, I'm going to say that it is... I'm going to say that it is, it's a B tier ship. Okay, moving on. Oh, the subhuman piece of absolute... God, I hate these ships. This is the Saber Firebird. The reason I'm making sure that I say every single ship's name is because last time there were complaints in the comment that they said, every single time you just go, oh, I love this ship, or oh, I hate this ship, and you don't say what the ship is. I'm trying to listen to it as a podcast. So I heard you. I read the comments. Alright, I read them. I'm saying every ship, whoever you were. I don't remember your name exactly, but I'm saying every single ship's name. Saber Firebird. This is the missile Saber. There's a problem with Star Citizen in that, and they don't seem to be addressing this problem. Missiles in video games either need to be incredibly effective and have very few of them, or they need to be ineffective and you have lots of them. Right? Star Citizen is really struggling to find a balance here, because they've released ships that have 40 missiles on one ship. A Cutlass can have over 40 missiles. A Cutlass, the little Cutlass, can have over 40 missiles. So if missiles are good, then that's 40 confirmed kills. If there's no binary on-off flare, that's 40 kills, right? Which would not be fun. You can turn up with one cutlass, sit on the edge of the fight and go, one for you, 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 one for you. Did they have 12 fighters? I fired a missile at each one of those 12 fighters. Missiles are so effective that they've lost all 12 of those fighters, right? Or there is the other option, which is missiles are effective and I only have a few. So I have to decide whether it's time, if I have three missiles or 4 missiles, whether I use a fox or not. Because if I'm throwing a fox out there, it should be scary. And the person I fired it at needs to start taking evasive maneuvers and trying to get away from it. Using its background, if it's an IR missile, using background heat or whatever to try and like lose that missile. That's not the case. Right now, missiles just go, you fire them, and then if I flare in time, it doesn't hit me, right? The binary on and off, which is how it needs to stay right now because ships have so many missiles. If we need to be able to just lose them with flares. And the idea is you just overwhelm your opponent by firing a lot of missiles and stressing them in combat. And I think it's going to have to stay like that, especially when you have things like things like Perseuses and Polarises rolling into fights with pepperbox PDCs with 196 size 1s that are auto-firing at targets. If size 1 missiles were good, there would be nothing you could do against a pepperbox Perseus. It would just kill everything in seconds. So missiles are in a complicated position. So where does that land with the Saber Firebird? Well, the Firebird gets a bunch of size 3s, I think 16 size 3 missiles, something like this. It's a lot of missiles, it's a lot of firepower. But any light fighter can hit the flare button, and that's it. Right? That's it, it's done. Your missiles didn't hit. And I've heard people, oh, I released them from only a kilometer away. I don't care, I hit my flare button. They didn't hit. Simple as that. Anything that is entirely missile focused is kind of useless. The DT ship. Once your missiles are gone, you're 2 size 3s. You're irrelevant. It's got sort of interceptor speeds, but you can just merge on it and kill it. It's made of paper. Its only effective use of its weapons are size 16s. There are limited instances where you can use it to overwhelm PDCs of ships like an Idris or a Polaris. You can fire lots of missiles, 6 missiles, to try and overwhelm the PDCs and stuff. But that's so like, yeah, I don't know. The other thing too is flying this ship is dangerous because everyone around you knows that you're a complete loser the minute you put your ass cheeks into the chair of this ship. It communicates to all of your friends and all of your friendship circles that you go to the dark places of the internet where people get prosecuted for things, all right? That you like to slap your girlfriend around or something. It just tells everyone that you are an absolute lowest filth of a human being. All right, so remember that next time you say, I'm going to get into a Firebird, and all of your friends go, okay. What they're really thinking is, does he go to 4chan? Does he spend all his time on 4chan? Is his girlfriend okay? Should I call in to check with her? Because they all know the kind of person you are when you get into a Firebird. All right. The Saber Raven. Guys, I bought the Saber Raven. I have the Saber Raven. I love the Saber Raven. What does the Saber Raven do? Well, Saber Raven is a hauler. Did you know that? Data runner. Got slots in it to put data into. You probably don't know that. Because data running's not in the game. Where's my fucking data running, CIG? Alright? I want a data run in my Saber Raven. It's the starter. It's the starter data runner. Alright? Very cheap. Very little data runner. Okay? Where is my data running, okay? Alright. Let's be real. Let's chat about this. This is a interceptor tuned 26Gs. Interceptor tuned 2 size 3s on its wings. But it's got 2 EMPs. Did you know that? And it's stealth. But stealth with 2 MPs is a data runner and has 2 size 3 guns. That's a lot of gas. That's a whole lot of gas. If you've been watching my stream in the last 6 months, You have seen how much time I spend in this ship. I mean, chat, tell YouTube how much time I spend in this ship. It is like, it's so good. And it's so good for streamers because it's stealthy and I can't just get spammed by people that want to grief me with missiles because they can't lock me. I can shut down people who are running away with the EMPs. I can play if it's part of a formation with the regulators, the guys that I play with. This ship is like, I have been spending hundreds of hours in this ship because it fits perfectly with the way that I fly and with the people that I fly with. Are you going to have as much success with this ship? Maybe not. Maybe not. But it is absolutely phenomenal. It is the only ship in the game, in my opinion, that competes with the Mantis as an interceptor. If you go to run, and there is a Saber Raven there, and they know what they're doing. But they know what they're doing. Sorry, sneezing. You're not getting away. It will EMP you. And with the dual EMPs, it can knock out pretty much anything. The only things it really can't knock out are things that are Perseus sizes, but if you know what you're doing, you can even knock out a Perseus with it. So the Saber Raven is awesome. It is a shame more people can't get it because of the way that it was sold or whatever. But it's really, 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 really good. Is it broken? No, I don't think it's broken. I just think that it's really strong and it's such a niche. No other ship has solo fired EMPs at 26 Gs and 1400 meters per second. No other ship can do that. So it's this like really unique ship. And it fits into a category where it can be used like a scalpel. If you bring it in and start trying to fight people, like knife fight people, where you're the only target, you've lost. If I'm flying with my guys and 3 ships jump on me, or even 2 ships jump on me solo while we're in a big firefight, I just disengage and leave because I'm in an interceptor. I can do that. I just leave and wait until it cools down and then I come back in. You're not taking the ship in to fight people. You're taking the ship in as a support utility ship. If you're playing a game like Dota, think of this as like your CQB, your CQC,
What's wrong with
your
me? Why
lockdown,
can't I feel?
right? This is your stun in League of Legends, right? That's what this is. But a stun is no good if you can't do damage after the stun, right? A silence is no good if you can't do damage after the silence. You see what I'm saying? So this ship can't be flown solo, really. I mean, you can, I do, but it shouldn't be. It's not a solo ship. It's I've stunned him, you finish him, right? I've got one. And you'll hear, if you come and watch my stream, you'll see the way that we take these fights where I go, okay, I've got one. He's disabled. I need someone here. And then one of my regulators, hi regulators, if you're in chat, say hi. One of my regulators will go, yep, got him, Bops, and jump onto him and finish him off while I move on to the next target. So I'm not killing ships in this ship. I'm killing the power supply and then letting my regulators finish him off. There they are. Look at them. Hi, Demi. Hi, Sunday. Hi, Zippo. So really good. Really, 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 really good. Is it as good as a Gladius? Nah. Is it as good as a Mantis? Nah, I don't think so. It is better than these. So we're gonna leave it here for now. Might get knocked down to high A. Let's put it in high A for now. Because this is the best. The point of S tier is nothing is better in its category. So let's leave it in high A because there is a better interceptor in the form of the Mantis. So we'll leave it in high A for now. Okay, the Eclipse. This is one that I haven't got to test. Look at them all. There's Milkmar, there's Sunday. There's V. I regulate this. This is a ship that I haven't got to test the new bomb racks in. You can now not just put the torpedoes in it, you can put the bomb racks in it. As a torpedo ship, this ship has lost all value. Torpedoes just aren't where they need to be. CIG addressed recently that they'll be making some adjustments to torpedoes. They did address that. But for now, torpedoes kind of suck. Torpedoes are fine if you fire overwhelming amounts out of them, like the launch tubes on the Ironclad, when you're firing 4 at a time. When you're firing 1 torpedo, it's too easy to intercept and deal with. Turrets can kill them, PDCs can kill them. Like a stiff breeze will knock them off and they'll just explode somewhere. But as a bomber, this might find some relevance for like PAFs and ground missions now. Being able to be in a complete stealth ship, flying very low with a size 10 bomb, basically being an invisible A2, that sounds like it has some potential to me. Now, I haven't tested it, so maybe this is a little bit of assumption here, and I want to point out that it's assumption because I haven't tried it. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to your faces and say, yeah, I've done it. It's awesome. No, I haven't. But I think it's got relevance now. I'm going to leave it in C tier. It's still too expensive. $300 is too much. I know I said I wasn't going to touch on price, but this is too fucking expensive, CIG. Till it does more, it's too expensive. Anyway, there it goes. 2 size, 2 guns. Not meant to use its guns for anything other than... it shouldn't even have guns. Jumptown is going to be something with eclipses now. Yeah, dry mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're doing paths, like if you're set up to do the to do Hathor, like I'm not going anywhere near the OLP laser hole. Like, you're going to be there with having fighters trying to control the area, and all you're going to see is the sun glint off the surface of something shiny. But by the time you see it, you can get this thing's emissions down so low. By the time you see it, it's too late. You can't kill it before that bomb comes out. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it might be relevant as a bomber, even if it's lost its abilities as a torpedo ship. There we go. Moving on. Saber. By the way, the bomber I was talking about was the Aegis Eclipse. Just to go back, that one, all that I just said before was about the Aegis Eclipse. I don't know if I said the Eclipse at the start then. I was talking about the Aegis Eclipse. Okay, now we're on to the Saber. And I'll do the Comet. I'll do the Comet and the standard Saber at the same time because they are identical. The only thing that's different is their loadout and their paint. That's it. Other than that, they're identical. Saber has this thing where it has a 4,000 HP nose and it has a 4,000 HP hull, which means it has 2,000 or 3,000 more HP than a Hornet. And then, unlike a Hornet, it is a completely flat profile. So when you look at a Hornet, it sort of looks like this. See this? Not helping. See this? Sort of like a big box that looks at you. Right? And it flies around like this. But it's a big box. When you look at a Saber, well, it looks like this. See the difference? It is a very thin, flat line that is so hard to hit in a 1v1. So hard to hit in a 1v1. It's scary, and you can do it. The downside to the Saber is it might look like this when it's looking at you, but when it turns, it becomes a big, fat, hefty guitar pick. All right? Also, if you like music and you're watching this on YouTube, I play mandolin, banjo, and guitar on stream all the time. You like music, come hang out. It becomes a big, fat pancake the minute it turns. So, the Saber is a very, very, very good 1v1 fighter. It might be the duelist fighter. There might be nothing better than it as a duelist fighter. It can beat Gladiuses and arrows. We'll put the best medium fighter up here when we get to the best medium fighter. But we'll wait till all the medium fighters are on before we make that decision. For now, it is certainly better than the M50 in the right hands. I don't think it's as good as these, though. Yeah, do a little ticket raffle for him, Zip. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to leave it there. Saber's got 4 size 3s, so you can use whatever you want on it. Remember, you've got to know how to circle strafe and get a nice, tight, greasy corkscrew to get those shots off of you. But once you do, you can just get your guns on target and rip through them. Sabers, attritions, deadbolts, M5As. Nothing else is really relevant in combat right now. With the changes that they made, nothing is really relevant except for M5As, deadbolts, and attritions and Panthers. Every other gun may as well not exist. There's no reason to have NBDs. There's no reason to have Omni Skies. There's no reason to have any of the shotguns. There's no reason to have any of the machine gun ballistics. All of that shit doesn't matter anymore. Okay? Take them and throw them all in the fucking bin. We're in the era of deadbolts and M5As and Panthers and attritions. That's the new meta. Everything else may as well not exist. Yeah, you can have your fun with ADBs and you can have your fun with a few others. But that's really it. Okay? All right. Moving on. Oh, the Vanguards. Okay. I put these a lot higher last time. I put them in A. I'm actually going to leave them right here where they've landed in B. Now, the Sentinel has an EMP, so I might just knock it forward a little bit because it does have an EMP. It's going to have E warfare at some point, these Vanguards. So we're not going to take into consideration the Sentinel's E warfare because we don't know what that's going to look like in the future, right? We don't know what that's going to look like yet. But the Sentinel is actually a really good ship because it's got that EMP and it can knock ships out very, very quickly. 4 size 2s on the nose, a size 5 on the chin, and then your gunner really rounds the ship off. We can use this in PvP, and we have used it in PvP and the hoplite as well. It's super armored, super nasty to take into PvP. Quite quick in a straight line too, the hoplite. You need a gunner. You really can't perform without a gunner. The problem with this ship is the problem that we discussed earlier with the Scorpius, is that there's really no situation where you want 2 people in a Vanguard over 2 people in any other ship. What do I mean by that? Well, it's got 1 size 5, 1 size 5 and 6 size 2s, right? Well, that's one Pitbull and 1 M80 is triple the firepower. Why would I put 2 in it? And if you want to talk about the EMP, well, then I can take 1 M80 and 1 Avenger Warlock or 1 Saber Raven. And now my EMP is moving much, much faster and not vulnerable. And I've got way more firepower on an M80. It's just that problem that CIG has where they can't seem to make multi-crew ships worth it. And they have slowed down shot speed so much, the fastest projectile being 1500, that you can't even hit ships at over 800 meters or 900 meters if they're circle strafing properly. So multi-crew ships are dead. They've been dead. They were already dead, and these shot speed changes has completely killed them. Nail in the coffin. No reason to use one ever again. So, yeah, I think that the Vanguard struggles a bit there. But that aside, whatever, you can still get into the Vanguard, take it out as a 2-man ship and have a bunch of fun. Just know there are better options. It's strictly B tier. There are better and worse ships. So, okay. There are a lot more worse ships than there are better ships, and you'll see that soon. Okay. What is the second S ship? That is the heaviest fighter digital game machine. The number 1 heavy fighter, the Idris M. It's a solo pilot ship. There's only 1 seat in it from what I've seen. I've never seen any other seats in it. And I see more of them than I do anywhere else. What would fix them? Maybe some bonus to turrets or fully crewed ship? Absolutely, Craftlight. There you go. You hit it right on the head. Right on the head. What would make multi-crew better? Make the turret's projectile speed shoot faster, or give the ship a bonus if it's fully manned. Something like this. But as it stands with the slow shot speeds at 1500, I was next to a fully manned hammerhead in a medium fighter. In a medium fighter, and it couldn't hit me at 700 meters. I was in a Hornet too, a big fat medium fighter, and I was 700 meters away from a hammerhead, just dodging every single shot because of how slow the shot speeds are. So, yeah. Anyway, that's another discussion. Point is, Bops doesn't like the cinematic shot speeds, and I'm not convinced that CIG have done it because it's cinematic. I think they've slowed the shot speeds down because the engine can't handle it. But I think it has really violently damaged the game, and I am devastated that they have dropped these shot speeds because it's taken quite a lot of the competition out of the game and made it so that only 4 types of guns are relevant. Whereas before they dropped the shot speeds, you could use NBDs, you could use Omnis, you could use Breaknecks, you could use ADBs, you could use attritions if you wanted to for PvE, you could use CFs for PvP, you could use NBDs for PvP, you could use distortion guns, you could use all this sort of stuff. None of that matters anymore. It's now just one kind of cannon, deadbolts and M5As, and one kind of repeater. All the options gone. You're never going to use NBDs, you're never going to use Omnis, you're never going to use distortions, you're never going to use shotguns, you're never going to use any of the ballistic repeaters. You're only going to use a cannon and a repeater. They've currently killed diversity in weapons. But they've also killed a bit of the competitiveness in games by slowing it down. I don't care. I merge on you and kill you at 200 meters anyway. I'm a fighter pilot, right? It hasn't changed things for me. It just makes things feel worse. It's changed things for everyone else who can't hit pilots like me. They need to speed it back up. Something needs to go at 1800 or faster, or there's no way to kill fighters. Anyway, on we roll. The Intrepid. Now, this shouldn't be on this list. Fighting in the PU list. This shouldn't be on this list, okay? But if I didn't put it on there, all my Intrepid fans would be out for blood. I see you, Intrepid users. I see you, all right? And guess what, Intrepid users? I'm as mad as you are that this doesn't have one size 5. Why is it got a size 4? Why has it got a size 4? One size 5 is not enough to do anything but tickle things anyway. All right? Imagine if you had one big size 5 deadbolt on the Intrepid. All right? The reason I've got it here is it's a starter ship. Starters can be used for combat. This is a multi-role ship. It could be used for combat. Yeah, you're right. I'll take it. It's a multi-role ship. It could be used for combat. I think it needs a size 5. It really shouldn't be on here. It's kind of garbage. It's not really a combat ship. It's got a size 4. It's right here down in E tier as a combat ship. I love it though. It's a great get-around ship. It's got some cargo. It's kind of cool. But I had to put it on the list or people would crash out. So there it is. Okay. How are we looking here? How are we looking? This is all looking pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's start with the Ares Ion. Too slow. Too pancakey. Projectiles too slow. Radar changes have made it very difficult for this ship. If this ship's projectile speed was sped up, so it could shoot it like its projectile traveled faster, then and it had larger radars, so it could engage from further back. Like as it stands, the M80, this fucking broken ship up here we keep mentioning, can engage at a longer range than an Ares Ion. And then the Ares Ion projectile speed's too slow. It doesn't even excel at what it's supposed to do. Idris has 50 million shields. This thing's gun does 5,000 damage per hit. Like it doesn't even do what it's supposed to do well. It just sucks, man. So, down here, dog shit. And then this one, guys, the Inferno, which is supposed to target bigger ships, it rips through fighters. If you merge onto fighters in the right way, it rips them to pieces. It's nuts. But the fighter has to suck for you to get shots onto it. It'll component kill fighters real quick. But that's not what it's designed to do. It's not designed to be a fighter killer. It's designed to target big ships. And its guns do like what? What is it? What do its guns do, guy? Like 90 damage? Is that what it is, guys? Something like that. Either way, its guns do not do 315 damage per hit. These are the ships it's designed to kill. And it can't damage them. This yellow bar, where it says 495, this is the physical damage resistance that these big ships have. Which means you have to do a shot that does more than that, a one-hit shot that does more than that to get through that armor. It literally can't damage the ships it's designed to damage. It can't even kill a 600i, guys. A Star Lancer, an Ironclad, a Caterpillar. How does CIG fix them? Well, the armor gate's got to go, which it will with Maelstrom, Salty Bulldog. I don't know when, but it is going. They've said that it's going. They've got to make sure that they increase their range so that they can engage from further back. And they need to increase the projectile speed substantially. But yeah, Aimless, you're right. It's the problem with bespoke weapons. I'm going to take the Ares. I'm going to put it in E tier. It sucks, man. D tier for the Ion, because it can maybe kill like a constellation or something. But this one's fucking shit. Excuse my French. Merde, putain, etc. Okay, Pisces. Again, it's a starter ship, so I have to put it in here. It has garbage guns. It does nothing. It's just a little nugget that floats around in space. Down here it goes. Pisces rocks. The Medical Pisces is awesome, but not for combat. Medical Pisces is one of my favorite ships. Not for combat, though. Okay. We've entered Anvil with that Pisces, haven't we? We're in the Anvil territory. Lot to say here. Okay. Are the skill requirements high on a light fighter? They used to be. Not anymore, Galteki. The skill ceiling's been lowered. You used to be able to get really, really good in light fighters, but the skill ceiling's been pulled right down. So you hit that ceiling really quickly. Okay. I mean, do we need to talk about the arrow? I don't think we need to.
What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel?
It's the arrow, guys. You know how I feel. I always think that the arrow edges out the Gladius. When it comes to one-on-one fights, the arrow always edges out the Gladius in my mind. I know that there's really, really heated arguments about this. I'm not here to have an argument with you about whether or not you think the arrow or the Gladius is better. You go get into the Gladius and smash arrows if you think you can. You go get into the arrow and smash Gladiuses if you think you can. Hi, expat! Percy's not on my list. It's not quite the heavy fighter that the Idris M is, expat. Guys, if you're on my Twitch chat, make sure you go give expat a follow. She's one of my favorite people on all of Twitch. She's amazing. She's awesome. Go check her out. If you're in my chat, can someone shout her out? She's awesome. Go follow her. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we're doing a YouTube video at the moment, expat. If you're on YouTube, go check out expat. She rocks. I'm a big expat fan. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. So go check her out. Really, really cool content. Okay. Yeah, so we don't really need to talk about the arrow. It rocks, okay? It's, let's just say, as good as the Gladius. I think it slightly edges it out, but it's as good. Still loses to a fully manned Scorpius that knows what it's doing. It's these two. I know I said I'd put the S tier ship, so the best light fighter in here. I think that the line between a Gladius and an arrow is so close. Gladius has a slightly bigger shield and more guns, but the arrow has that little bit more maneuverability. Gladius has that little bit more forward, but the arrow has a little bit more sides. They're essentially two sides of the same coin, where the Gladius is strong, the arrow is weak. Where the arrow is strong, the Gladius is weaker. So I think they're sort of the same ship. They're the Ford versus the Holden if you're an Australian. They're the Gibson versus the Fender if you're a musician. They're the communism versus democracy if you're a globalist. They're the civil law versus precedent, all right? They are the chicken nuggets versus the Caesar salad, okay? They're awesome. So we'll just leave that there. Arrow rocks. If you want to get good, go fly one of these. Sith versus the Jedi. Exactly. Hot dog versus the burger. Exactly, Calflight. There you go. There's some good references. All right. Hawk. The Hawk. EMP is the only reason that it's sitting as high as it's sitting. It has awesome forwards. I think it's got like 21 forward, or maybe they nerfed it to 19. Someone check that for me. I'm not going to check it right now. It's somewhere between 19 and 21, or 22. Really, really, really good forwards. It's got medium fighter turning, so it turns at like 60, like the Saber on its pitch, 60 or 70, something like this. But it's it's a bit anemic now with the changes to guns and stuff. It's got four size 2s and 2 size 1s. I guess if you ran cannons on, actually, you know, I haven't tried it with cannons, and it's got the delta speed to. It's got the speed to use its cannons. You could put like M5As or deadbolts on it. You know what? I'm underestimating this ship, I think. Yeah, 20 Gs forward is enough to use the... Yeah, I'm underestimating this ship. I'm underestimating it, I think. We're going to have to experiment with this. This is one that I haven't really experimented with. I'm realizing now. I think this ship is better than I think it is. It's got the EMP, first of all, which already puts it a class above everything else. But I think it is... I still am hesitant to put it in A tier. Maybe we need to shuffle. Let's shuffle the hoplite down to C. And put this at the top of B for now. We might move this, but it's got an EMP. It's got 20 Gs forward, 4 size 2s and 2 size 1s, which with cannons can still be really, really effective. It's not good with Panthers and attritions, but it's really good with cannons. Look, looking back on this list, maybe because this is a pretty new to 4.8, we might be moving this ship. It might get moved. Come by the Twitch chat and ask me if I think it's moved in some time. But for now, I'm going to leave it in B. But pushing forward with an EMP onto the right target can be devastating. And if it's got cannons, if this thing has if it's got 4 size 2 M cannons and 2 size 1 M cannons, it'll strip shields in like 2 hits, 2 whaps, whap, whap, and then it can EMP. This thing might be really good. I should have done some research on this one before I jumped in. I'm going to put it in A. I think it's going to perform. I think it's really going to perform. We'll go play with this very shortly. I've got a Hawk in my hangar. We'll go play with this soon. I think it's going to be really, really good. Okay. Let's move on. Oh. No. 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 Okay. The Hurricane. I love the Hurricane. I love it. I love it. But it's so slow and hefty. And its pitch is so bad. So it takes so long to come around like this. And because it takes so long to come around, it pancakes. It's got a lot of damage. And the size 4s allow it to pluck at bigger targets, but I don't know, man. Like, I just don't see a reason that you would ever get into a Hurricane these days instead of a Scorpius. The Scorpius is just the better 2-man fighter by a significant amount. But the Anvil Hurricane's like the best. It's like the best looking ship in the game. I think that the Hurricane is like one of the best looking Hurricanes, best looking ships in the game. But it's just it gets punished. You can take its belly because it's so, its maneuverability so bad. You can take its belly, and then when it rolls, you just move with it like this. If you're in a light fighter, trust me, I know. If I'm in a light fighter, I just get underneath the Hurricane, and if it goes to roll, I just move this way. If it goes to move, I just move this way. I just go like this constantly. So this is me being an annoying prick, and that Hurricane is trying to shake me, and it can't. No matter what way it moves, I just stay underneath it because it moves like a fucking gunship or whatever. But it looks so good. And it used to be the best ship in the game. It used to be like, well, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it used to be the best ship in the entire fucking game. It's my favorite. Literally my favorite ship in the game it was. Just make it faster, CIG. You got a fucking M80 going 22 Gs with 2 size 5s and 2 size 4s. Surely this heavy fighter can have more than fucking 2 Gs forward. Come on, CIG. Buff the Hurricane. Time. The Gladiator. This is quite good now. 2 size 3s, 2 size 4s. Can swap out missiles for bombs. Got big ass torpedo bays now. You got a buff to its torpedo bays, so we can take on bigger ships. It's sufficient against lighter ships. I mean, I train my guys in Arena Commander by getting into this ship. I do a bit of training and stuff on my channel to try to show people how to fly. And very often I will get into a Gladiator without a turret gunner, with just the 2 size 4s, and I will use its thickness and its ability to throw light fighters to punish people I'm training. I'll sit there and fly with no turret gunner and plink down arrows and Gladiuses and Hornets as a training tool. So if it can do that in Arena Commander, imagine what it can do in the PU with a turret gunner on top of it. Add those torpedoes into it, and you're suddenly looking at a really, really, really scary ship. So, I am going to leave it in high B. I'm going to leave it in high B for now. I love the Gladiator. It's really, really good. I own one. There's always one in my inventory. So, very, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. Okay, let's keep on grooving. Let's keep on grooving. Let's do it. Okay, Hornets. What have we got here? This is the standard Mark 1. This is the F7A. This is the Super Mark 2. Why not have a Super Mark? Oh, that is the Super. Okay. All right. Guys. All of the standard Mark 1 civilian ships are not worth flying. They are too undergunned. We're talking about power creep with the M80. This is the same situation. All of the civilian Hornets can have 2 size 1s on the nose, 2 size 2s on top, and 2 size 3s on the wings. That's not enough to justify flying a ship of that size. They're not likely to get gunned up anytime soon. CIG have said that they're finished working on them. They are eternally, because of power creep, completely out of the meta and irrelevant. You can fly them because they're cool, but they're never going to be a competitive ship. I can use them to beat 99% of pilots, but that's because my skill is much higher than most pilots. Most people are going to just die in a standard Mark 1. And I've heard several times the pilots that I fly with see a Mark 1 and giggle and go, okay, brought a Mark 1 out, all right. And then watched him just merge in. They don't even try to stay evasive because he doesn't have firepower. You in a Mark 2 have 4 size 3s and 2 size 4s to his 2 1s, 2 3s, and 2 2s. And you just look at him and shoot. You don't even have to go evasive because he can't kill you before you kill him, right? So we're not going to talk about any of them any further than that. However, it's time for thank yous. It's time for thank yous, guys. Because last time I made this list, we talked about the mighty F7A Mark 1, the military Mark 1, and how it is my favorite ship, the ship I fly most, the ship I wreck Ruby pilots in fucking light fighters, the ship that I fly in Arena Commander, out of Arena Commander, on planet, in space, through tight gaps like tactical flight groups or out in the open in the middle of nowhere, and I will still win the military Mark 1. It has a different flight profile, different handling mechanics, different shape of its body to all the other Hornets, different loadout. It's got 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 4s. It handles better than the Mark 2s. It's got a size 2 power supply in it. It is the piece de la resistance of spaceships for me. Okay? It's amazing, all right? And more than anything, my big thank you goes out to CIG because they've fixed it. It had issues with its nose. where it was getting this wild nose swing because the top thrusters weren't engaging. It had issues where its ball turret was just disappearing out of the top of it. It had issues where one piece of it would break off like a tiny light or a tail piece, and it would go into a death spin for no reason. And CIG have fixed all of those problems. It now is locked in with CF repeaters. The nose and the chin are locked in with CFs. You can't change them anymore. I don't know if that's by design or because they are just using it as a temporary fix. I don't care. I'd have CFs on the top and bottom of it anyway. I like CFs. But it has been fixed, and it's amazing, and it handles so well, and I'm so grateful, and it is absolutely S tier as a medium fighter. I don't think most people could use it like I use it, though. Realistically, for the average person, I think 5E, I think, is probably where it goes. The F7A Mark 1 military. But this is a really weird ship to talk about because you can't get them in game. You're probably never going to be able to get them again because they were this super rare ship that was released at a particular time. But for me, it's S tier. I don't know. We're just going to put it... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It was right here. There it is. Bops' best boy. Because it's the best. Okay? In it goes. Yeah. Like I said, most people, you're not going to be able to do anything with the ship. Just get a Mark II. But for me, I fucking wreck nerds with it because I love it so much and I know it's in and out. I know everything about it. And thank you, CIG, for fixing my ship. Thank you so much, guys. Really. I was so heartbroken. The game, like, I was crashing out constantly because I couldn't fly my favorite ship. But you fixed it. All right. Love it. Thank you. Okay. Super Hornet Mark II. Super Hornet Mark 1. This, again, has firepower problems, D tier. Basically, handles like a Super Hornet, so it's big and slow for a Hornet, but it's only got 2 size 2s, 2 size 1s, 2 size 3s. Best looking ship in the game, most beautiful wings in the game, just not relevant though. Gonna put it here. I'd still take it over a Nomad. I'd take it over a Firebird, but I wouldn't take it over any of these. So into the D tier it goes. Okay, let's talk about these. I'm gonna just slap them in A because we're gonna have a conversation here. Last patch we said that the Super Hornet Mark II was the strongest medium fighter because it had 3 shields and huge amounts of firepower, 4 size 3s and 2 size 4s. And the F7A was trailing behind it. The F7A Mark II was trailing behind it. The reason the F7A was trailing behind it is although it moves a little bit better, it's a little bit more nimble, it only had 2 shields. Same firepower and the same capacity size. Well, things have changed because of what they did with power supplies. The F7A Mark II has a tier 2 power supply in it. The civilian Super Hornet Mark II has size 1 power supplies in it, which means it has far fucking less in its capacitors. And because of the way that shields recharge now, the 60% buffs are back. A ship that is more nimble, that can disengage, can get its shields back faster, and the total pool of your ships, total pool of your shields is less relevant comparative to how quickly you can get them back. So, this has about 40, 45, 50?
Crush your enemies.
See them
driven before you.
Thank you for the,
Hear the lamentation of their women.
Salty_Bulldog just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you for the Prime. We appreciate you, Salty Bulldog. You rock. Primeys let Amazon know how much you love me. So they're really, really, really good for the channel's growth. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. You only get 1 Prime. Thank you for spending here again. Appreciate you. Okay. So capacitors are lower on the Super Hornet Mark II, even though its shields are higher, and it moves worse than the military Mark II. So while the F7C Mark II, so the civilian standard Hornet Mark II, would be probably B tier. The military Hornet Mark II, the F7A Mark II, is now better than the F7C-M Mark II, the Super Hornet Mark II, because it moves slightly better and it has larger capacitors. They have the same firepower. The shields are not enough to tick it over anymore. Okay?
Conan!
That's
What
not
is
to
best
say.
in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
Galtaki just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you, Galtaki. Appreciate you. Thank you for giving me that delicious prime meat.
Come on, kill me.
Thank you, 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 thank you. Is that a hype train? Let's go. Hey, Wertho, how you doing? Yeah, Wertho, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it in AC at some point. I think you'll feel it. I think you'll feel the buff. It's quite strong. It's like, basically, Wertho's a pilot from Shadow Moses. He's a good pilot. I train with him quite a lot because he's a good pilot and he pushes me. Basically, Wertho, the difference in every gun having an extra 20 or 30 shots is huge. When we're going CF to CF, Wertho, right? If we're talking cannons, it doesn't fucking matter. If I turn up with deadbolts and you turn up with deadbolts, it's just whoever hits the other one first. But if we're talking CFs and we both nose up to rate, the 20 or 30 shots extra that the military F7A gets outshines the extra shields that the Super Hornet gets, and then it just handles better and moves better. So it comes out on top. So there we go. Okay. So where do we put him? I'm going to put the F7A, shock horror, I'm going to put it here, above the Saber. And because this trail's right behind it, I'm going to put this right behind it. I think it can still punish the Saber if you know what you're doing. If it's a one-on-one, the Saber wins. In a combat situation, in the PU, because we're doing a PU list, not an Arena Commander list. In the PU, the Saber wins 100% of the time. We're not in the PU. Sorry, we're not in the Arena Commander. We're in the PU. Come on, Bops, get your words together. In a 1v1 in Arena Commander, the Saber wins every time. In the PU, the Hornet, in a combat scenario, a complex combat scenario, cheeks it out and continues to be the top dog. A lot of it comes down to, like I said, you get that guitar pick again. This is the Saber when it's looking at you. This is the Saber when it's not looking at you. Looking at you, you can't hit it. It's the knife fight king. But if it's looking at you like this, and your friend is looking at it, your friend is seeing this. See? So your friend can kill that Saber real quick. And part of the reason that the Saber is so strong is because, like I said, 4,000 HP on its nose, 4,000 HP on its body. If it's looking at you, it has 8,000 HP. If it's not looking at you and you're shooting it from above, it only has 4,000 HP. It halves its HP. There you go. PU environment, Saber is not as good. Moving on. Armor has helped the F8C, the Lightning. Armor has helped it. It has a lot of guns. Might knock this one down. There's better interceptors up there. Yeah, I'm going to knock that down a little. Armor has helped the F8. Armor has helped the F8 a lot. I might knock this down too. Basically, the F8 is, like the Saber, a big, fat target, right? But it has a lot of guns. 4 size 3s, like the Saber. And then 4 size 2s. If you are in a 1v1 against the right ship, you will win because you can use your shields as a basic Vanguard to bully in on someone. So if you're against a Hornet and you're pushing towards a Hornet and it decides to lock in and fire, your shields, I think it's got 2 or 3 size 2s or something stupid. Your shields will soak all of the damage. And while you don't have the firepower of that Hornet, your shields can soak its damage and you can just bully towards it. And by the time it realizes you've caught it off guard, it's too late and you will chase it because you've got an awesome roll now. You've got to roll in this ship. Its roll is so strong. You can't yaw. You roll and pitch. Isn't it 4 size 2s, 4 size 3s? Right? Yeah, it's 4 size 2s, 4 size 3s. What are you talking about? 2 size 2s. It's 4 size 2s, 4 size 3s. The shields. I'm an idiot. Sorry. 2 size 2 shields. Yeah, it's a lot of shields. There's no other ships in this game that have 2 size 2s, that, or that would be really broken. Stupid fucking M80. Anyway, problem is though that a good Hornet pilot is not going to sit in front of you and take a rate fight against an F8. They're going to go, oh fuck, an F8, and they're just going to merge onto the top of you, and you're going to try and pitch up, and they're just going to pitch away, and it is just going to take your back and absolutely shred you, and you've got no Gs to get away. I think you got 12 forward. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You got 12 or 14 forward. But you just leave. So, sorry, you can't leave. You just get stuck to, and it's over. So, I want the F8C to be good. What do I think the F8C needs to be relevant? Bigger guns. It needs to be an F8A. CIG. Where's my F8A token? Give it the size 4s, and it suddenly becomes quite scary. Until it has size 4s, it's fucking irrelevant. So, give me the F8A, or I will riot. Okay? You've been warned. Where does it sit? I mean, it's pretty solid C. It's pretty solid C tier. It's pretty solid C tier. Okay. Oh, we've entered Drake. Very exciting. I'll be back in just uno momento. I just have to duck away for 1 second because I can hear my housemate knocking. Give me just a sec. Thank you for your patience. I have returned. Okay. Let's keep on rolling. The Cutter. The Drake Cutter. Again, it's a starter ship that could find itself in combat, all right? I like to do the starter ships, guys. I know this isn't a fighting ship, but we're talking about PU combat, and you might find yourself in combat in a Cutter, okay? Where does it sit? Sufficiently in fucking E tier, okay? I love the Cutter. It's one of my favorite ships. The only ship I bought more than a Scorpius is a Cutter. I keep buying it and melting it and buying it and melting it and buying it and melting. I love it. It's just like a big space van. It's got like garbage crappy guns on the front of it. You can brawl with it. It's got terrible pitch, whatever. It's worse than this. Worse than this. It's worse even than this. It's kind of not a combat ship, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's on this list because you guys would get mad if I didn't put it on the list. There it is. Oh. What's this? Ah. Anyone recognize that little image? I'm putting it in E tier till I get the Grey's Dingo. You don't get my opinion on it till they make me a Grey's Dingo. CIG, where's my Grey's Dingo? Alright? Where's my Grey's Dingo? You said you were going to release it. Where is it? I waited. Alright? It's supposed to be here already. No surprise, the Drake Pitbull is going into S tier. 90 pitch? 90 pitch? 20 fucking something G's forward? 20, what is it, 22, 23 G's forward? 2 size 2s, 4 size 1s? Missiles? It's 13 or 14 in its sides. It's literally everything I want the Fury to be. It's got 1500 HP instead of 800 like the Fury. Like, while we're at it, let's do the Furies. Fury MX is a missile ship. It's fun and goofy, but it's dog shit. Because missile ships suck. I still take it over. No, I won't take it over any of these because once it fires its missiles, it's irrelevant. It's kind of nothing ship because missiles suck. And then the other Fury is nothing more than a pain in the ass. It's got less pitch than most light fighters, good light fighters. It's got less firepower. Like the Pitbull is the guy that they warned you about. The guy that your girlfriend told you not to worry about. The Pitbull is the Fury is just this like, I don't know. It's omnidirectional. Who fucking cares if it's not fast and something can just catch it and kill it? Oh, I'm strafing sideways at 16. I don't fucking care. I'm flying towards you at 20. You strafe sideways as much as you want. You're already freaking dead. The Fury still beats all of these. Like, it's still fine. I mean, it's still fine. It just, I don't know. Like, I would like to be putting it here. But I can't. Sucks because I love the Fury. It's so cool. They just hate CIG hate. I mean, it's got 800 HP. One strafe from any of these ships kills it. I'm putting it here, which is a shame because I really love the Fury. So Fury MX goes in the bottom of E tier. Fury standard I'll put in B. Pitbull is wonderful. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful addition. It's a wonderful, 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 wonderful addition. And I really, really hope that we see some more small ships. As you guys know, I've been begging for little ships. I don't like these big, like 21, 22 meter ships. Last time someone in the comments said, oh, all jets are 20-something meters long. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Appreciate that. But it's still too fucking big. Right? It's the future. We don't have the whole ship be in a fucking jet. We got like the 100 series where the entire internal, it's 20-something meters long, and the entire internals of it is a bed. And it's got a quantum drive. So surely I can remove all of the fucking bed and squish it down to be like 13 meters and still be relevant. Why are all these ships so big if the 100 series can be as long as it is and hollow? Now don't come at me with, oh, you haven't seen jets, they're 22 meters long. Well, that's in the modern world where we're still chimps. Alright? Make the ship smaller. Pitbull smaller. Pitbull's awesome. Love me a Pitbull. Very fucking cool. Only negative I would say is that other people get to fly it when only I should. Okay? Alright. So that's our snub. So we have our Interceptor, our snub, our light fighters, our heavy fighter, our Interceptor heavy. We still don't have a medium in S tier. And what is this that enters the field? Buccaneer is the best ship in the game. Nothing's better. I don't fucking care if you point at me and say, but Bops, it's your favorite ship, you're biased. Bops. It's, no. Alright. It's, stop talking. It's got 25 Gs forward, a size 4, 2 size 3s, and 2 size 1s. It's a small flat profile. It zooms at 1,000,000 miles per hour. It's like being strapped to it's like a fridge with two 350 Chevs attached to either side and a lazy boy on the front of it. It is so fast. It does so much damage. You can fly it with 100 different loadouts. I mean, if you've been to my stream, you've seen me just again and again and again make this ship look like the best ship in the game, and that's because it is the best ship in the game. We've not given away the Ironclad velocity. That's not till the end of the month. Ironclad's the end of the month velocity. So, Buccaneer remains king. Let's get this fucking Idris, and I'm gonna put the Idris in Broken Nerf as well, okay? I don't actually think it's broken. It needs enough. I'm sick of looking at the damn thing. Everywhere I go in the game, there's a fucking Idris. I don't need to be seeing it in my tier list. I'm dumpstering it down here for now. So, Buccaneer is amazing. It's awesome. You got to know how to fly a Buccaneer though, right? So it takes practice to use, just like the Meteor does. But it's awesome. It's S tier. So in it goes. Okay. Amazing. If you want to know what I think about the Buccaneer, go to the previous video. Nothing's really changed. It's the same as it was last patch. Same as it is this patch. It's just the best ship in the game. To put it simply, I'll explain it briefly. In formation fighting, when you have 3 to 5 ships versus 3 to 5 ships, and you can scale it up to 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. In formation fighting...
What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel?
Nothing is more important than your interceptor, right? In formation fighting, the interceptor is what holds the entire formation together. Because when the enemy disengages, the interceptor can capitalize on that. And that's when ships die. When ships all merge in together and start fighting, they all just fly around like idiots. They pass each other and their shields go up, or they lock in and they shoot each other or whatever. But it's the interceptor that whizzes past. While you two are fighting, the interceptor whizzes past and takes one of you out. Right? When you go, oh shit, my shields are down, and you go to run in your arrow from the Hornet that can't keep up with you, it's the interceptor that jumps on you with an arrow and smites you. Right? Interceptors hold formations together. They're the most important puzzle piece to winning a firefight. That's why we always win, Clan Soy, and you always get dumpstered. So, point being that the Buccaneer is the most effective interceptor in its weight class. So it remains S tier. Is it broken? Not at all. No. Is it good at what it does? Oh yeah. Yeah, Buccaneer's king, baby. Love it. All right. The Drake Herald benefited quite a lot. Benefited quite a lot from the changes to weapon projectile speeds, and from the armor buffs. Missiles strip armor, and it has 1,000,000 missiles. It's fast enough that it can get in and get missiles off from odd places. So as a missile ship, it's probably the only relevant missile ship in the entire game. So it's 2 size 2s and 1 size 3s is enough to rip through quite a lot. It might seem goofy as fuck to you, but this is a good ship now. And for that reason, I'm going to put it into B tier. I'm going to knock that Vanguard down. I'm going to put the Herald into B tier. Herald's nastiest little ship in the game. It's brutal. I mean, it beats any of these. It even beats some of these in the right scenario, but... No, I'm leaving in B tier. This patch is really kind. Really, really kind to the Herald. While everyone's using cannons, it loves cannons, using cannons. Always has. The Herald has always been a cannon boat. And now its missiles are more relevant than ever. So it's firmly in B tier. It's just a good patch for it. If it was a different patch, I'd probably put it lower, but this is just a really good patch for the Herald. If you haven't flown one out in combat before, go grab it and have some fun. Super cool. And because it's because of the internals of it or whatever, you can have an engineer inside fixing stuff, and it feels really good. So check it out. Okay. The mighty cutter. Not cutter, clipper. The mighty clipper. The clipper. The clip daddy. This thing can have a lot of missiles. 40 missiles, something like this. I think I've been told, or 20 something missiles. Got 4 size 3s. That's a lot. It can craft. It's got a medbed. It can have 8 bombs. Good point, expert. It's kind of good. Are you going to take it into 1v1? No. Good, though. Not down here. Beats all these ships. Oh, maybe not the Ares. It probably doesn't beat the Ares. But the Ares is staying in E tier. Probably beat an Ion. Probably beat a Nomad. I'd put it top of D. I'd put it at the top of D. It's got cargo. It's got a medbed. Kind of fine. I don't know what that is. I'm skipping it though because it's stimming me. Okay, let's keep going. Oh. The Cutlass Black. The Cuddy Bee is the workhorse of the game. It really shouldn't be on this list as a fighter. But it can fight. You can shake a lot of these ships with a Cuddy Bee. You know what you're doing. You'll beat all these. You'll beat all these. You'll beat an F8. We do it all the time. I mean, it is the yardstick, right? It is the C-est of C-tier ships. Like, nothing is as C-tier as a Cuddy Bee. Right? Like, nothing is as sufficiently C-tier as the Cuddy Bee. It's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing ship. If you know what you're doing, it's got some cargo. It still has a bug, which I won't talk about. But yeah, it's going to be knocked down. Also, this is kind of, now that I've seen these extra, this is better than this. And this. Not better than that. That beats 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 that. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, the Cutlass Black is awesome. I don't know. Flat. It's don't expect to like take it into high skill 1v1. Yeah, it's good. It's great. All right. Cutlass Blue. This, on the other hand, I know that they're similar, but the main difference between this and this is it's got flashing blue and red lights. Okay? And it has an interdiction drive. An interdiction drive is very important. You can go out bounty hunting with this, and if you know how to exploit the 20Gs VTOL, you can beat arrows and gladiuses. Again, if you watch my channel, you will see it. You will see it. So, I mean, I'm just gonna throw it down here. Look, honestly, guys, I think this is like a top B tier ship. I think it rocks. If you know what you're doing with it, it's really, 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 really good. Ships can't use their... You know what? I'm actually gonna just put it up here in A tier. Ships can't use their quantum drives to put distance between you and them. They have to rely entirely on their ship thrusts to put distance between you and them, which means if they go to run, you can push forward and actually put a fair bit of pain on them before they get outside of your interdiction range or outside of your gun range. Huge. Very, 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 very huge. If they merge onto you, you can use your 20 Gs from your VTOLs to really put yourself in a position where they can't hold a merge. Even light fighters really will struggle to hold a merge. It's pretty it's a really good PU ship. In Arena Commander, it's E tier. Right? But it's an A tier ship in the PU. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. And that's as much as I can play before I get hit with copyright. Okay. Guys. The Banu Defender, I have been experimenting with for, I mean, if you've been watching my channel, how long have we been experimenting with this ship? I genuinely believe the only weakness it has is overwhelming ballistics. That's it. It has a size 2 shield, a flat profile like the Saber. Yes, it pancakes, right? But it's a flat profile like the Saber when it's looking at you. You look at a Banu head on, tiny little fucking flat thing. 4 size 3s, a size 2 shield, 16 in its side strafes like an arrow, 70 on its pitch. It's fast as fuck. It's actually kind of broken. Like, I have to, I want to put it up here, but it's not this fucking broken. It's not like this. But the Banu is unbelievably good right now. And it is about time it has its moment in the fucking sun. Because it is so good. Because it can be missile spammed. And only because it can be missile spammed, I'm going to put it in A tier. Because this is a PU list, not an AC list. If this was an AC list, I would have this in fucking S tier. I promise you that. And you don't believe me? Come fucking fight me in it. I'll put you in the fucking dumpster. Straight away. I will fucking put you in the ground. Like that. I'm not even gonna... I wouldn't even fight you because it's not a fair fight and it wouldn't even be worth the fucking science experiment. The Banu is bonkers. As long as it's not up against overwhelming ballistics, you throw some Panthers on it, you throw some fucking cannons on it, you throw deadbolts on it, you throw whatever you want onto this ship, and you will beat your opponent if you know how to use its side strafes. You have to know how to create a circle strafe on the sidewards plane using your side Gs, right? Your side strafes as your main form of core circle strafe building. If you know how to do that, you will beat everyone. And I have been beating everyone in this ship. Very, very, very good pilots. I'm not going to name any, but very good pilots have felt the wrath of the fucking crab. So we started testing it last patch and the patch before, and I said even on my last tier list, if you go back and watch my previous tier list, you will hear how excited I was when I first discovered how strong it was. Since then, we have been monstering arrows, gladiuses, we've been monstering hornets, sabers, hawks. We've been monstering literally absolutely everything.
What's wrong with me? Why
good,
can't I
guys.
feel?
The crab is really good. I think a nerf is coming for it. So fly it now while it's good. Okay. So fun, guys. The crab is so fun. Go fly the crab. It's so fun. I know you're sitting there going, Bops doesn't know what he's talking about. The crab. Crab's good. Fucking next thing he's gonna tell me that the fucking Sealand's the best ship in the game. The crab rocks. Okay? Go fly it. Go fly the crab. Alright. Razor. I'm gonna put this the same place I put it in my last tier list. So again, this isn't an Arena Commander list. I'm trying to acknowledge some of the Arena Commander stuff, like, obviously, like I said, the crab is a king of Arena Commander. And obviously these are the kings of Arena Commander. But the Buck is, you're not going to fly a Buccaneer in Arena Commander, you're just going to lose, right? In the PU, or in formation fighting, it's the king. But in 1v1 in an AC, it's going to lose. So, with that in mind, why is the Razor up here? Well, it's not because it is a good interceptor. It's not a particularly good interceptor. And it's not because it's a particularly good fighter, because it's not a particularly good fighter either. What it is it's a ship that can get its electromagnetic signature under... I think you get under 1,000. I think you get it down as low as 800 or 900. Which means you can't lock it till you're within about 400 meters of it. Right? And because it's so small, you can't even fucking see it visually because it's so small. And it's black. So the reason it's in S tier is because in the PU, where I exist most of the time, I don't get me wrong, I go fucking brawl around in AC to make sure that I can still keep up with the best. But I like to play in the PU because the situations are a little bit different. The M80, sorry, not the M80, the fucking MX Razor, EX Razor, sorry, is invisible. So it's the scout ship. You need to be able to scout your opponent. You have to be able to scout your opponent. If you're going to the exec hangars, you need someone who can get in there, take a look and go, okay, there's 3 Idrises here and like 25 fighters. No. Right? So you all don't just jump in, immediately get stuck in an interdiction field from a Mantis, can't leave, and get mopped by just a big old giant clan that just has control of the area. Right? If you're going to check out OM1s to see if pirates are camping it, and you want to assess it, the Razor is a beautiful scout that can jump into OMs, check out what's going on up there. It's so fast that not even a Mantis can keep up with it. So even if the Mantis charges at it, right? Even if the Mantis charges towards it, it can outrun the Mantis and won't get stuck in its interdiction field. So it's the scout ship. It's so good at being a scout ship, as long as you have the S tier components to put into it. And it can hold its own now with the changes to velocities of cannons. You can just put M cannons on it. You can actually sort of do a bit of damage now as well. Yeah, you can like sort of pepper and harass in fights, but really, you're a scout ship, and it's the best scout ship in the game. There you go. Oh no. The Guardian MX. Pop that there. The Guardian. So the Guardian standard, 2 size 5s, plenty of Gs, lots of up strafe, down strafe, side strafe. Really quite a good ship. I don't really understand why it being the omnidirectional heavy fighter doesn't have the performance that it should, especially comparative to some of the other stuff that's in the same class as it. But the standard Guardian can keep up with the best ships in the game. It'll beat a Herald, it'll beat an 85X if it knows what it's doing. It'll beat a Hurricane, it'll beat this, it'll beat a Gladiator, it'll beat an M50, it'll even beat a Fury, it'll beat that Cuddy Blue. Hawk's G's are where it starts to have a bit of trouble. Because it's such a big target. Let's put it here. As far as heavy fighters go, single-seated heavy fighters, this is the best single-seater heavy fighter. I think. Except for this stupid fucking broken thing. Besides this stupid thing. Right? But this is a really good fighter. The only other heavy fighters that can really keep up with it are the Scorpius series, and now this stupid thing. But this is the one. This is the one, like, if I had to take a heavy fighter, this is the one that I would take. The QI is basically identical and has an interdiction field, so I'm going to put it right next to it as well. I'm going to move this to here, because as much as I love the Cuddy Blue, the QI is probably the better interdiction ship. It's got 2 size 5, so it can take out bigger targets. The only problem with the QI, the Guardian QI, is that it's a bit slow. So it can lock down the slower ships with its interdiction field, so it can jump onto things like Cutlasses and Corsairs and Idrises and Polarises, etc. But the problem being that if you try and use this ship to lock down a Buccaneer, a Mantis, a Razor, they're just so fast that they can just escape your interdiction field. So the Mantis is faster. So that's why it sort of sits apart. Okay. So both of these absolutely excellent heavy fighters. Really cool. Lots of fun. Something different. That if you're not using the down strafe, you're flying them wrong. I'll just throw that out there as a little tip for all you new pilots that are coming to the game. Use the down strafe of the Guardian in the same way that I said with the Crab. You want to use your sides to generate your angles of deflection. With the Guardian, you want to use your down to generate your angles of deflection. Just be careful. The ship has a lot of down, and it will fucking G you out. Don't fly it coupled. Don't fly the Guardian coupled. If you're flying the Guardian coupled, you're flying it wrong. Flying any fucking ship coupled, you're flying wrong. But that one in particular, you're flying wrong. Okay. Oh. The Tanner. The Tanner. Now, this isn't a fighting ship. But it is my fighting ship. And to me, this is up here. But I gotta be realistic, it's... For you guys, you're not gonna be able to make it work. There's lots of tricks and exploits you need to do with the Tanner. Literal exploits that I use on this ship to wreck nerds. I beat very, very good pilots with this ship because I break the game with this ship. Why I beat good pilots with it. It's phenomenal if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it's literally down here. So I'm going to put it in Bops' best boy category. If you want to see why the Tanner is good and why I wreck nerds with it, come hang out on the Twitch channel. You guys on YouTube, you'll see it can be used to beat pretty much any ship in the game. A good arrow or a good Gladius will still get you, but anything else you can beat. So come check out why. Come check out why. Yet we're getting through this list, guys. All right. All right, we got some spicy, interesting stuff left. Quite a lot of it is there at the moment. How do I feel about it all? I think maybe some of these A tiers can drop. I think we need to drop a few things. I think maybe we'll drop the Eclipse down to D because it can only really be a bomber. 325A, I think I'm happy to drop to D. I think I want to keep this the bottom of C. Herald. I think the Herald's pretty good. Who we drop? These are all really good, though. I think we leave it like this. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just keep going for now. Okay. Oh, yeah. The Shiv. The Shiv, the Shiv, the Shiv. Okay. The Shiv is a Hornet with a bigger profile. Got very similar Gs. It's a bit slower, but very similar Gs. Identical firepower. But it's got a turret that can move on top of it. The problem is that nobody ever wants to fly the Shiv with the turret gunner. Because why would I need a turret gunner if I could just have it on my nose? Right? I'm sorry, could you compare them for me? Which ship do I think is better, the Titan or the 325A? Titan. Titan's way better. Yeah, Titan's way better than 325A. 89, Yordanov. And it's got the size 2 shield. Good point, bodyboarder. Yeah. So the problem with it, with the Shiv is no one wants to let someone take control of their turret gunner. Fucking why? Stop being such an arrogant motherfucker and thinking that you can control those turret guns better than you could with a turret gunner. If you got a good turret gunner, no one can take your back in the Shiv. So now it's a Hornet that has fucking hurricane guns attached to the top of it. Rolls like a Hornet, it pitches like a Hornet. I mean, it's bloody good. I don't know. I've come around on this ship. It's fucking great. Fend off all of these. Oh, I think this is a bit low. Hang on. This needs to come up. This needs to come up. Because this is better than these. And it will beat these. Yeah, I didn't realize that was sinking so low. Because this will beat this. I take this fight all the time. That's how I know this will beat this. This is going to struggle against those. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Shiv's really good. Just make sure that, you know how to fly the Shiv, okay? The Shiv can be absolutely broken, but you have to know what you're doing with it. The Hurricane's fucking better than that too, but I'm going to leave it there to prove a point. I know the Hurricane should be knocked up a couple. I don't care. It's staying there. It needs a buff. Shiv rocks. Only negative is it's really loud because the audio on it's bugged and turned up really loud. Okay. The Archimedes and the Merlin. I'm just going to throw them in straight away. We won't waste too much time on the Archimedes and the Merlin. Going to throw them into D tier. The reason that they are in D tier is because they have no HP, no ability to pitch, super underrated. They can't really do it. All they do is fly around and keep shields down now. And if that's what you need them for, good. They'll keep shields down. Awesome. They look beautiful. The Merlin is really fun for racing, but this isn't a racing tier list. They can't really scout. They can't deal damage. They can't... Their jousting isn't enough, especially with shield regenerates now. I fought a pilot who's one of the few pilots that I would say is fucking infinitely better than me, and he couldn't even get my shields down with it, and I was in like a dog shit ship. So, nah, they're bad. They're really rough at the moment. In fact, they might even be lower. Okay. Right, let's bump this down a little bit. I think I might have to put Guardians in B. They're really good. They just sort of are outclassed by a lot of this. I'm going to put them in B. They're really good. And this with the ballistic changes, I'm going to bump that down a bit. Looking a little bit more balanced. Okay, the Wolf. One sec. The Wolves. Some of the prettiest ships in the game. But there's a problem with the Wolves. Let me show you what that problem is. I'm going to show you. This is Urkel, by the way. Great place to come and test stuff out. The most important stat in this game, is this stat over here. The speed of the projectile. That's the most important stat in this game. Okay? So the axioms have been nerfed from 1600 down to 1400. That is not so bad. We can deal with that. Okay? That's fine. The L-22's guns are still quite good. The ballistic Gattlings, which only do 63 alpha, and I'll show you something else in a second, only move at 1300. I'm going to go somewhere else. This is SC Performance Viewer. Great place to come if you want to check out ballistic damage, this sort of thing. So the Wolf with 63, right? 63 on the Relentlesses. I'm just realizing now that they've just made them identical to Revenants. They've one-to-one them. Except fire rate's lower. Even Terrapins and Medics and these sort of Terrapin Medics and F8Cs have this massive, massive ballistic threshold. Can't really see it. Have this massive, massive ballistic threshold. You see this? So the problem is that the Wolf the ballistic Wolf just doesn't perform like it should anymore. The laser wolf guns, the Axiom guns, are still fine, right? They are still fine. But the ballistic wolves, the relentless ballistic wolves, they just not doing it anymore. So let's talk about just the hulls. The hulls of the wolves are like A tier, guys. These things move like light fighters. They're super slippery. There's a specific way that you can use both of these ships. The L-21 hull handles better than the L-22 by a significant amount, in my opinion, just because of the Gs, the 4 Gs. So I know the L-22 is prettier. You guys like it. I like the L-21 because it's got the little fin and also because the hull moves better. But you need to run the L-22 guns on it. You can't run the L-21 guns. It's just not worth it anymore. Run the L-22 guns and you'll have a pretty damn good time. Okay? Don't waste time with the L-21 guns. There are better ballistic options, better ships that can run those ballistics, and you'll do a whole bunch more damage in a shorter period of time instead of trying to hit with ballistics at 1300. Like, you could do it. You can use them. I'm not saying you can't, just to be clear, because I know a bunch of you are going to go, oh, but I use the L-21 to do blah, 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 blah. I don't fucking care what you use it to do. All right? I'm saying that there are better ballistic options than L-21 with ballistics on it or an L-22 with ballistics on it. So put the laser repeaters on it. Have a good time. Still loses to all of these ships. But it's still fun. It's still a really, 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 really fun ship. Seulin. Put it here. An E tier. Not a fighting ship. It's here because it's a starter. We've talked about this. It's the size of a barn when you look at it. If you look directly at the ship, it's bigger than most buildings. It's like 5 or 6 stories high when it's looking towards you. And then the center of it, which is the main place where all shots are going to be dragged because of the way that this flight model works, the cockpit just blows out of the center of it. It's hard to even use it for PvE, guys. Like, genuinely, I don't know when the last time you got to Seulin was and went out and did PvE. We got through a red contract with it, but literally, like, when was that, guys? Like, shit, a week ago? Something like that? Less than that? We got through a red contract with it, but it was one of the hardest fights of my life, just getting through a fucking PvE contract. Seulin's are rough, man. They're rough. So into the E tier. Santok, I still think the Santok is fucking phenomenal. I'm going to put it in high B. Above the Guardian. It beats Wolves. Got reverse G so it can beat a Hawk. Beats Sabers. Beats Hornets. It can beat an Arrow. Okay. The Santok is a hard one, guys. Because what the Santok is it's a ship that's designed to... It's a medium ship that is designed to beat light fighters in a 1v1. So again, like the Saber, if it's 1v1, it's near unfucking killable. And you can't merge onto it with an Arrow because this ship has 10 Gs in reverse. So an Arrow sort of like goes to get its speed match and like get onto you to merge onto you, and you just pull away from it and blat it, and then it tries to push towards you and you pull away. You've got 10 Gs backwards. It might be S tier. It might be the best medium. But then if it's in like a combat situation, it gets punished. Because it just gets missile spammed. It's such a hard one. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. I don't know. I don't know where to put it. Because a good Hornet pilot probably beats it. But then it beats a Pitbull, it beats a Gladius, it beats an Arrow. It doesn't beat a Scorpius, it doesn't beat a Meteor. It doesn't beat a Buccaneer. Speed is what kills it. It's just like the Duelist King. Maybe I just put it in as an S tier Duelist? Look, I'm going to put it here. I'm not really happy with it being there, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not comfortable putting it in amongst this crowd. I guess this is a PU list, not an AC list. It's a PU list. It just gets missile spammed. It's a PU list. Look, I'm going to put it in B. But I don't think that's representative of what this ship can do in a 1v1 and what it can do in Arena Commander. I think it's really, 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 really good, guys. I think it's really good. I just think it's a massive missile magnet. If you see a Sandtok shoot missiles at it, you win. It really struggles to drop missiles. But if you're on your own in an arrow and you're against a Sandtok pilot and you're pushing towards him and he slows down, be ready to lose that fight. If you see the Sandtok pilot slow down, stop moving towards him. Do not move towards him if he starts slowing down because he knows he's already got you and he's watching your speed. It is the light fighter killer. If I'm against an arrow or a Gladius, I don't want to be in a Gladius or an arrow if there's money on the line. I want to be in the Sandtok.
Bops, you thought about doing ship reviews on the tube? Maybe use this list as starter. Review all S tiers first.
If you watch this on YouTube, tell me down below if that's something you want to watch. If it is, I'll do it. Okay. Let's do the... Good suggestion. No, we'll see if people want it. Then if you're in my Twitch chat, tell me if you want it. Write in chat now. So when I'm watching the video back, I see it. Yeah, a little +1, like this about to. Okay. The K2L. Someone at CIG got fucking dumpstered by the K2L. Someone got really, really hurt by the K2L. Because this ship was so strong. This ship was up here. It had 21 forward. Still less than the M80, by the way. It had less than the M80, and it was considered the most broken ship in the game. It had 21 forward and like 14 to 15 in its sides and 2 size 4s. And it was so good, but you still needed to know how to use it and how to hold a merge. The idea is you used your you would stay still and you would use your immense Gs to as another ship pushed towards you, you would side strafe and just merge onto them. And no matter where they went, you would use your 21 Gs. You'd very nearly G it out. Your screen would be almost black the entire time. You'd be almost G'ing out the entire time. But you used your enormous side profile Gs to stick to them. And then if they went to run, you used your 21s to stick to them. Like this, no matter where they went. If a car tool grabbed you, it was like a suction cup. If the pilot was good, they just onto you. And that was it. You were not going anywhere. It just had you. It was the craziest thing. But you had to be good. And even some of the best pilots that I know couldn't use it. But the ones who could felt undefeatable. It was crazy. It was really cool. And it made the ship so interesting and so unique. Now they've given it 16 forward, 16 in the side, so it's perfectly circular. But 16 is as much as a medium, which means it can't merge onto anything smaller than a medium, and it can't escape anything smaller than a medium. So it's just stuck there as this massive starfish, this huge silhouette that you can fucking just close your eyes and shoot and you'll hit it because it's such a huge silhouette. Whereas before, it would take the hits as you came towards it, as it was starfishing at you, because the minute you got close to it, it would flip sideways and be onto you and you'd never see it again. Now, it sits there and waits because it's too slow to chase after you. It sits there and waits and takes all those hits, and then it grabs you and shoots you for a second, and then you disengage and then turn around and kill it. So, sufficiently fucking C tier, man. Now. Yeah. Used to be so good, but I can't get it to work. Yeah, if you're in chat or you're in YouTube and you've found a way to make this work, don't say, oh, I just use deadbolts and get good. No. I've had fucking really good pilots working with me on this to try and make this ship to work. But it's really hard. Yes, you can beat, like I said, 99% of players that suck, you'll beat. But in the Arena Commander scenario, I can't get it to work, and quite a lot of other pilots at my skill level are struggling to, like, you win like 40% of the time when you used to win 50 to 60% of the time. So something's wrong. I think it needs more forward. I'd love to know what you think. Comments below. Okay, Talon Shrike. It's a missile Talon. Yeah, D tier. Missile Talon. Missile ship. Yeah, it's probably worse than that, actually. Better than the Clipper. Better than this. Like that. 2 size 3s. Whatever. Missile Shrike. Missile ships suck. The Talon itself is still really good. I've got some experimenting to do with the Talon. Okay? I own a Talon. I like the Talon. This is a really bad picture of a Talon. Sorry, guys. It's just the one that I had. Sorry. Talon's quite good. I think it gets beat by a lot of this, though. It's got good Gs. It's got good guns. It's stealthy. Actually, right now with size 4s, it might be pretty good. I need to experiment. I'm going to put it here. I need to experiment with it. It's got good pitch. It's got good yaw. It's got good sides and ups and downs. It's got the VTOL bug, so you can use it really, really, really powerfully with its upstrafe in... with tricording and in no atmosphere. I've got to try the new guns. I'm going to be honest. Like I said, if there's a ship here that I haven't really experimented with, I'll tell you. I haven't really experimented with this one. I got to get into it. Try it out a bit more. See where it lands. A couple of deadbolts. It might be quite scary now. Especially stealthy. We'll see. In the PU. I'm just going to put it in A tier. It's usually somewhere between A and B, this ship. It's usually somewhere between A and B. I'll put it next to the Santok as a, who knows, maybe. We'll see how we go. It's probably more like here. It's probably more here. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I'm going to put it there. Moving on. The blade. Let's fucking... NPC enemy. Oh, what? NPC enemy can't be good because player base sucks at flying. All of the new missions have you fighting Vandal ships. 99% of the people in this game, and you're probably one of them, as much as you don't want to admit it, can't really fly. And with the number of these ships that they throw at you, with the damage that they do, if they kept the projectile speed high like they were, you would be complaining because you would be dying to bots. And so CIG have taken these ships and they've made them fucking garbage. Their shot speeds are so slow. And their forwards are not very good. Their sides are not very good. And their pitch is not very good. They're just thick. And the blade's not even that thick. They're just thick. And they've got high damage, but you get to merge directly onto someone. And yeah, sure, like, if I'm in a blade, it probably still performs somewhere up here, right? To be honest, like, a blade is still up here somewhere. I don't know where, let's say here, right? Here or here. The blade is still up here because you just merge onto someone and you nuke the fuck out of them with the big guns.
What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel?
But to prove a point, and because of how upset I am that they've nerfed these ships, because I love Vandal ships. They were my thing. I'm the Vandal guy, guys. All of these ships are rough, man. And it's because they're using them as NPC ships. It's literally just comes down to that. There's no other reason for them to nerf them as hard as they did, other than they're going to be spawning lots of them for you in your tactical strike groups. And most of you struggle to fight even just a standard AI. So they've had to make their shot speed slower. And made them perform worse. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit upset about it. I don't want to like get angry or hostile or anything. It just, I'm pretty upset with the changes they made to the Vandal ships. Because one, I used to like to fly them and it was a bunch of fun. And two, the enemies that I fight in tacticals flight groups can't hit me. They already couldn't hit me with the faster shot speeds. Now they can't hit me at fucking all. Like it's like easy mode. So tactical flight groups are boring because they nerfed these ships. I can't fly these ships. And I've got all of them in my hangar. I have a Stinger, Scythe, Glaive, and Blade. It's like thousands of dollars worth of ship, and they're all garbage now. So I just have to hope that the bespoke guns get some attention. And might we just point out, bespoke gun. Worst light fighter, bespoke gun. Yeah? Bespokes, guys. Bespokes suck. Then these last two down here are the Idris Heavy Fighter, which, as we said at the start, the Idris Heavy Fighter is the best heavy fighter. So we'll put it in there as our number one heavy fighter. And this is just a Saber. This is the racing Saber. So there you go. That's it, guys. Anything I would shuffle around?
The Prowler.
Prowlers. I don't put the Prowler in. Prowler would end up in just the best boy list anyway. That's it. Okay, so this has been fun. I'll do this again when another patch happens. Like I said, between 4.6 and 4.7, there wasn't a whole lot of change. So I didn't really do one for 4.7. I might do one a little bit later in 4.8 or 4.8.2. There are some more ships coming that I happen to know about. So we'll see how this shapes up moving forward. Keen to see how the armor changes evolved, also with components and that sort of stuff. I expect some changes to the flight velocity. I think they'll pick them back up. It would be really strange if they didn't. And there might be a full rebalance with this stupid fucking ship, because nothing comes even close to it. So they might bring everything up or bring it down or something. So we'll see how this all lands at the end of the day. But I'm pretty happy with how that all shakes up. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So, thank you guys and girls on YouTube. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was very long, but I like to just do a comprehensive list of like these PU style ships. So if this is something you're interested in, hit the follow and hit the like and sub to the fucking channel, because I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. It's really quite small. Come hang out on Twitch. I know a lot of you came over from Twitch from the last video, so thank you for coming over and hanging out. All my guys and girls on Twitch, say goodbye to YouTube. They're a really good community, and I'm sure you'll have a great time if you come over and hang out with them over here on Twitch with me. And you'll meet some really, really cool people. And then you can ask any questions you have about the video. Try and keep it civil in the comments below. The hostilities just shows that you're insecure. So instead, be a based Chad. Say nice things about people and be a good person. All right? And if you do have a contradicting view, maybe politely put it below or come say hi. I'm very keen to see some of your opinions below, and we'll touch base on it again the next time there are some big changes. Again, Ironclad giveaway going on at the moment on Twitch as well. If you happen to see this in the month that it was released, come win yourself an Ironclad. Hit the follow button and then write exclamation mark enter giveaway into chat, and you might win yourself an Ironclad. Until next time, guys, I've been Bops, and well, I hate the 600i. See ya.